So I learned a new word last night. My haters have been calling me a lolcow, right? And so there was an open panel last night, and people were like, you're a lolcow. Like, and a lolcow doesn't know they're a lolcow. So I was like, what the fuck is a lolcow? Sounds
Great first response to that.
retarded. And I looked it up after.
It turns out the answer was in the mirror all along. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Misfit Patriot.
So here's the thing. This is going to actually be this isn't a throwaway post. I actually have a really good point to make here.
Oh,
I'm debating against the...
By the way, if you can't see, he's recording himself TikTok style in front of Grok's definition of lolcow, which I'm going to add to the definition of lolcow, by the way. Here's another thing that makes someone a lolcow. If their way of finding out something is by asking Grok.
Woke, the people I call the woke right. And one of the tenets of the woke left is cancel culture. And I argue that there is a group of people on the right that are also engaging in cancel culture, right? Coercion and exclusion through online targeted harassment. Now, they say I'm a lolcow. And
there's a lot of words to defend yourself against being a lolcow, which is, a common tactic of lolcows.
And that's a derogatory term used to describe somebody
You might as well have recorded a video going moo as a response.
whose eccentric, foolish, or gullible behavior online can be exploited for amusement by others. Eccentric? Absolutely. Foolish? 1000%.
Exploitable? You're about to find out.
Gullible? Absolutely fucking not. Andrew called me a troll cow in that debate, which is actually more accurate, right? You see, I'm trolling you to expose the thing that you are.
Oh! It's the classic. This has all been a trick. You have been trolled. This guy is speed running his way to Chris Chan. The only thing that's left is being Oh. Wait a second.
Right? Which is woke right. And what you are doing is you're exploiting me for your own amusement.
Yes.
Through trolling and harassment.
Yes.
Proving my fucking point.
Yes.
That you're the woke right.
And here you are spurging, which is what makes you a lolcow.
And a second argument I have, which is one of the main
here are my arguments against your thesis on me being a lolcow. According to Grok, I asked Grok today, I said, hello, at Grok, please. Am I a lolcow? And Grok says no.
Pushbacks to people like me and James Lindsay and other people who are...
Why are you lisping?
Who are defining this group of people as woke right is...
Oh, so you get to make up a term. By the way, this guy made up this term, woke right. If you don't know, Misfit Patriot is your classic, bog standard, fake conservative grifter. And there's no two ways about it. That's what he is. Now, in every video he tries to bring this up, his whole claim to fame is thinking he invented the term woke right, which is a term no one uses, by the way. When you invent a term and no one says it, that's the same thing as not inventing a term. You're trying to make fetch happen. This is the Millhouse meme all over again. How far back do I have to go for this one to get through? And of course, you're looking at him and you're going, there's something unsettling. There's something I don't fully understand what's going on here. And trust me, we're going to get to that. But he thinks he can just make up this term, woke right, apply it to everyone who calls him gay, and that means it's true.
I asked Grok today, I said, is Nick Fuentes woke right? And Grok says, no, he's actually Mexican and Jewish. Ha, got ya.
So, I don't know if that's what Grok says, but probably. And somebody update the records just in case it doesn't. But meanwhile, lolcow, no good.
Well,
not a term, not a real term. You can't just apply these weird made up terms. You just make up a term and call a guy that?
You're making up a new term.
No. Welcome to the internet, Misfit Patriot. Things are about to get a little rough for you. You see, here's a new term for you. In fact, it's got the word new in it. It's called new fag. And you are one. And this term is an old term. In fact, it's so old, it's kind of on the way out. It's kind of not even a good applicable term at this point, but I got a new term for you to learn as well. We got a term around here at PodAwful, and I think you're going to fit right in with this term. I'll tell it to you in just a bit. By the way, we know Misfit Patriot's watching because he tweeted out the episode. You know, not a lolcow. I announced I'm doing an episode about how much this guy sucks, and this guy went, yeah, okay, I'll share. Now, by the way, Misfit Patriot was supposed to be the co-host of this episode. He wanted to make sure he could come on and correct the record on whether or not he is a lolcow. So I don't know if he hasn't figured it out. Maybe he doesn't know how Discord works. Everybody, if you want to get Misfit Patriot on the show, he hasn't figured this out yet. You can tweet to him at Misfit Patriot _ at Misfit Patriot _ Maybe we can get him on the show. He can rebut any of my claims. Emphasis on butt.
And you're using it to attack others. Is lolcow in the fucking dictionary? Because I'm pretty
Oh, it's in the urban one.
sure it's a made-up fucking term.
Is woke right in the dictionary, by the way? Yeah, woke might be. Right might be. I don't know that either one even has the meaning you're implying.
That you are using
Lolcow might be in the dictionary at this point, by the way.
to define me inaccurately.
Oh my God, that rules. Imagine that. Me, of all people, a lolcow. Are you kidding me? Come on. He jangles his hoof to the screen as a mighty defiance, as the bell around his neck goes. Bing, 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 bing.
By the way,
Me? I don't think so. I couldn't be.
fucking dictionary, because I'm pretty sure it's a made-up fucking term that
By the way, he's doing the like woman eye. You ever see this thing? Women do this. They roll their eyes back so hard their eyes start blinking like in a rapid succession. They can't even believe how hard their eyes have rolled back.
you are using to define
It looks like he has
me.
eyeliner on too.
It does look like he has eyeliner on. Isn't that weird?
And he's lived the majority of his life as a lady, so
He's-
those lady habits are hard to kill.
He's also using a filter to make his eyes like have this, lighter grayish color. That's not real, by the way. We're going to get into this.
Me inaccurately, by the way.
Wait, hang on. I wanted to hear that. That's the part I wanted to hear.
Inaccurately, by the way. To define me.
To define me. Me, the guy who doxed himself on the internet a few months ago. I'm a lolcow. Me, the guy whose Grindr profile was found, and he can't shut up about it. I'm a lolcow. Are you kidding me? How can I be a lolcow? I was on Elijah Schaffer's show. There's no lolcows on that show, ever. Just ask Mersh.
Inaccurately, by the way. Again, what I do is I hold up a mirror and people don't like it.
It's the cadence. There's something about the cadence, right? Like the way he's saying all these things. We've heard this before. You felt it in your bones. You feel something here in his bones. And I use his with a big quote unquote around it.
Mhm.
In his bones, he feels the XX chromosome.
Okay? I am a hypocrite. I will point out the thing that you're doing by doing it to you. I'm a reactionary. But either way, the woke right
Ugh.
1000% exists.
This guy's got a decadent passenger.
And the fact that people in it
And he happens to be in his car. Is this like a thing they have to do? Is there like a law that says if you're this type of guy, you're one step away from being a Punisher guy, where every shirt you own, every hat you own, your vehicle has the Punisher skull on it? If you're this close to being that, you have to film all videos inside the car?
are calling me a lolcow kind of proves my fucking point.
Whose voice is that? He sounds exactly like somebody else. I can't put my finger on it, but there is somebody he very deeply... Well, I'll tell you this. Here's one thing he reminds me of. A woman! Because I can't shake the feeling that Misfit Patriot was technically born a lady. I'm saying there is reason to believe that Misfit Patriot, Zach, she calls herself, I believe Zach may be FTM. And here's another term Zach learned recently. Troon. Tonight on the show, we're going to transvestigate the Misfit Patriot. This is Pod Awful.
Called themselves the Goon Squad. Some Rangers would go out gooning.
Okay. Welcome, everybody, to the program. I'm your host, Jesse P.S. This is Pod Awful. Happy to be here. H2BH, what are they saying in the chat? We got a live chat, guys. We got the henchman here. Hi, henchman.
Yar.
Yar. We're pirates now, I guess. We've got the live chat. We're over at podawful.tv Mondays and Thursdays, whatever time I can get the show on. Podawful.tv. More like fuck Gangel. Oh, Buck Angel, fuck Gangel. I like that. Oh, that's a pretty good one.
Pretty good.
Yeah, sort of a Buck Angel thing going on with Zach. He's a gooner. Hi, chat room. He's a gooner, they're saying. H2BHH. What does that mean exactly? We'll find out from Zach later. This is a guy who's very pro-Israel. I'm not sure why. According to Zach, he is not, in fact, Israeli or Jewish himself, but he is a deep, virulent Zionist, and he wants your kids dead. I'm not kidding about this, by the way. Very, very strange behavior. Am I crazy in feeling like he's got... Man, I just got the urge to buy a hat. Someone says. That's cool. Am I crazy that he... doesn't he... There's something about his voice that's very familiar. I can't put my finger on it. But there's somebody he is reminding me of. It's like... It's not the voice. It's the cadence. It's the flow.
Yeah.
He's got a very Reddit-brained delivery. You know, actually, no thank you. I don't know exactly what's going on there, but I do feel like giving him gold, good sir. Thank you for the updoots. You win the internet today every single time I see him. Let's just go. Should we get right into the troon talk? I mean, we do need to investigate. We do need to transvestigate this guy. So I saw, this guy's been getting shared around for a couple months now, apparently, but he just got into my purview here very recently. Some internet friends happened to come across him, shared him with me, and I couldn't believe what I saw. Number one, the first thing I saw was him demanding that he is not a lolcow. So I was like, right away, there's some potential here. There's something very good going on. And again, tweet at Misfit Patriot _ We'll get him on the show. I don't want to, just talk shit about a guy and not give him the opportunity to talk back, defend himself, clap back, whatever he wants to do. And he really did share out the show. You can see it over on my Twitter at PodAwful if you want to find him easily that way. I retweeted it. Well, let me see what he said about it, actually. Go to my Twitter at PodAwful. So he quote tweeted me. He said, "I'll watch this later, but it looks interesting for sure, ... And he does a little Reddit smarmy face emoticon after that. He literally did the emoji after typing that. And I guess his thought process here was like, oh, his defenders will come and rescue him from whatever's about to happen here. By the way, he says he'll watch it later. He's watching now. Hi, Zach. Hi. Are you doing your nails? Hi. You putting on your eyes right now? You get your face on and then you can come on, okay? So he was hoping that people would come and defend him. This dude, by the way, another thing that made me realize we have to talk about this guy is most of the people who follow him online hate him. Typically, every single reply to this guy on Twitter, he's got this unwatched YouTube channel, this unwatched podcast that he puts out there. I don't even remember the name of it. It's, hundreds of hours of easy, free content that I could have pulled from for this episode. I haven't watched a minute of it. I didn't need to. All the good stuff is over on Twitter or elsewhere. Nobody's listening to this podcast. Everybody hates this guy. But he did have a few defenders for once actually come to his rescue here in his replies. Somebody said, just how many people on X are obsessed with you? It's countless at this point. This is the first time I'm ever even seeing or talking about this guy ever. Another guy says, trans. Wait, did you get that beard from Monty Python? Cool. Updoot. There's an updoot for that. Hey, did you pay your cat tax? Because there's an updoot for that reference. Monty Python. I will never get tired of people who just can't help but expose their stupidity out loud in public on the internet, which is forever. Now, there's two ways to read that reply, and one of them's about me, and the other one is about Misfit Patriot. And I have a feeling after tonight's program, most people will be reading it about Misfit Patriot. Because I'm going to leave it up to you. We're going to do a transvestigation. I feel like my work here is done. I look at this guy, everything he says and does, he's so dramatic. He's such a queen about everything. Dirk, you already pointed it out. The guy's got guy liner on. And that might be a little rich, actually. Guy liner. I think it's just eyeliner, which is the girl version of guy liner. We call it. We just call it eyeliner. You would think that would be girl liner. So,
Lady liner.
well, that sounds like you're putting it around the pussy, which this guy might do as well. This, again, this is a fuck Gangel scenario where he pulls down his pants to go pee-pee at the urinal, where he pulls them all the way down to his ankles and lifts his shirt up above his nipples, and he's got to kind of front squat into the urinal in order to get anything to happen. There's a huge chance that there's a massive set of labia hanging out under his shorts, and we will get to the bottom of this. Speaking of which, to the bottom surgery of it. Speaking of which, here he is finding out about the word troon. So, which is a funny sentence just alone. When I first saw this guy, again, I got introduced to him just the other day. I instantly said, wait a second, this is an FTM. This is Chaz Bono. Okay. Hello. Hola. This is Chaz Bono. This is, somebody tried to make the argument against me. They're like, this guy can't be trans. Look at his beard. And I go, number one, most of these grifter influencer guys, where their entire identity, their entire personality is that they have a beard. They usually have the word beard in their name. Beardson Beardly is the funniest one. Fake beard. We've caught him a million times applying spirit gum. You can see the strap in the back. So this might be a fake beard, but go take in fact, I'll pull it up right now. Chaz Bono, okay? Sonny Bono's beautiful, hearty, strong, succulent son. Chaz Bono. Take a look at this. This is all man, baby. Look at that beard. You're going to argue with me that this ain't a guy? Look at that beard. Now, of course, this was born Chastity Bono. And there's no shot of the arms right now because they'd be missing chunks. I'll just put it that way. I'm blowing chunks because they're missing chunks. So take a look at this and tell me if I had put this in in fact, I might do this for the actual episode. I might just put Chaz Bono in the thumbnail. No one's going to know the difference. No one's going to call me out on this. Oh, look at this. Look at this fucking hunk. Whoa, ladies, somebody start a calendar. Wow. Okay. Well, they've covered it up with a tattoo there or something. I don't know. Or maybe Chaz still has all of the birthing parts. I don't know. But anyway, I am going to put Chaz Bono in the thumbnail. Just claim it's Misfit Patriot. No one's going to know. Misfit Patriot says, here's an 8. So I tweeted out, I think this is an FTM. That's all I said. And then within hours, it was really not long after that, we get this tweet. Here's an 8-minute video designed specific. Oh, wait, no, this is the wrong one. Shit, I grabbed the wrong one. This is my bad. Here we go. Jumping the gun here. He says, I keep learning these new gay internet words because of my haters, and I find all of them equally hilarious. You fucking retards literally spend so much time on the internet, you created your own language. Thanks, woke right guy. Thank you for that. So then, here, look at this. He had to grok it. I'm not kidding. People are grokking. We cannot respect it. By the way, grok is fun. It's a fun tool. It's sometimes even useful. But the second you see somebody use grok instead of Google, you are dealing with one of the Earth's most fucked up human beings that have ever existed. That's lower than slime. That's primordial. This is an ooze person. You want new terms? I got new terms for days. You are an ooze person. Okay? And I can't stress this enough. If you're asking Grok what is a troon, as he has typed here, you've lost the plot. All right? And by the way, Grok's response from 8... Grok had to find this out from 8 posts on Twitter, which means, by the way, that his answer was given to him probably by the same people like me who were calling him a troon to begin with. There's one person in particular who uses this troon term so often. They're a pal. They're a friend of the show. I have to imagine they're involved. That might be their profile pic right there, actually. It says, the term troon is a portmanteau of trans and goon, which 2 seconds later, he's like, Grok, what is a portmanteau? How does that work? He didn't know how to say it, though, of course. All right, this is insane. Listen to this answer. The term troon is a portmanteau of trans and goon.
Nice. That rules.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Misfit Patriot is officially a PODAWFUL goon.
Yes. No time at all.
I mean, we're there. It's already happening. We're there. We can just declare it now. He already tweeted out the show. Okay? He's doing PODAWFUL's dirty work. That's a goon. The term troon is a portmanteau of trans and goon. Somebody grok that. Re-grok that. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't think that is true. Originating on internet forums like something awful much. Initially a self-identifier among users are calling themselves troon. Yeah, I'm what you call a troon, of course. It has evolved into a derogatory slang term, primarily used to mock or insult transgender individual. Wait, is that what it means? Oh my gosh. This whole time I've been misusing. I thought it meant something else. My bad. Often implying they are foolish or obsessive. Yeah, because when I think transgender, my first 2 criticisms of the community are, of course, foolishness. Oh, you being foolish. Oh, that's some foolishness. It's like this is what Cedric the Entertainer would say about a troon, by the way. Yeah, that's a person who acts foolish, okay? And then he tips his hat too low over his eyes. You can't see his face anymore. Foolish or obsessive. Obsessive is actually that one for sure. That is what happened. Like a gay autistic guy, he obsesses over his gender and then troons out. Its usage is controversial, with some viewing it as a harmless online jab and others as a hateful slur. Well, we know who views it as a slur now. The Misfit Patriot. Context matters. It's mostly found in edgy online spaces and rarely used offline. You know why that is? There's actually an interesting thing going on there. You know why you almost never hear anyone say that type of word, troon, anything else, offline? It's because those things barely exist offline, it turns out. If you actually, and I don't recommend this, but if you were to accidentally somehow touch grass, never do it. I promise, as your doctor, do not do it. But if you accidentally do, you walk around, and of course, you're only going to touch the grass for half a second, then you're going to wind up at GameStop, where you'll be wearing a backpack too high on your back, annoying the guy who works there, telling him about all of your theories about Devil May Cry. While you're there, you may notice that almost nobody is a troon. This is a thing that barely exists outside of the internet. Of course, I infamously told the story on the show before. I'll tell it again. Fuck you! Where I encountered exactly one trans person IRL pre-internet, okay, as a kid. I'll never forget. Not because I was virulently molested, okay? Do I give off molestation vibes, really? Is your molestar going off right now? What did we call it? Your diddledar? I can't remember.
I think it is that.
Something. I think Lenny had the best name for it, but now I don't remember what it was. I was at a 7-Eleven. I was a kid. I was with my mom. I was getting a Slurpee and what we now deem a troon. Which, it's crazy. You didn't hear me say it. When I was 7 years old at the 7-Eleven, I didn't call the thing a troon to its face. Now, I might have noticed, I might have written down and noted in my field notes book its foolishness and obsessions. I sort of have a Pokédex for troons. I like to write down their battle cries. But this thing, and I say that with tender love and care, okay? I say thing because I don't know. To this day, I can't determine whether it was trying to be a guy or a girl or a both or an in-between or a zim or a zer. I don't know. I reserve the right to not know. So this thing was getting a Slurpee. Nothing comes out of the machine. It doesn't or the wrong flavor comes out or something. And it was dressed as a cowboy, by the way. That part's important. This thing was dressed as a full-on cow troon. Okay, cow troon. There was boots. There was a hat. I didn't live somewhere where cowboys exist. I'm not from Texas, so this was weird. It was a full denim outfit as well. Hat, boots, spurs. Don't know why those were jingling or jangling. And the cow troon turned to me, the lolcow troon, if you really want to make Misfit Patriot mad, use all the neologisms, turns to me, a child, and says, "They done hoodooed me." And I know what you're thinking. Yikes. Uh-huh. You know, and I was right there with you. And again, I wrote it down, the foolishness. They done hoodooed me. People were probably already saying it. They were, look at this classic hoodoo story.
Yeah.
Someone says, "Oh, yeah, they got me. They got my number." Anyway.
I got excited, very excited to see all of this.
They love a good hoodoo story. They done hoodooed me. I'll tell you another person who's been hoodooed. The 4 or 5 people that don't hate Misfit Patriot online. And I assume the reason they are so hoodooed is because they haven't figured out yet what that mysterious aura around it is. They haven't been able to piece together that this is an FTM. And listen, some people are going to be against me on this, and that's fine. We don't have to agree. You and I don't have to agree. I'm just your show, man. Okay? Hit like, by the way. We're 1 like away from 200. Everybody hit like, share the show. So I don't care if someone of their own volition, on their own time, away from me and my kids, wants to be FTM or MTF or any of those things, okay? That's not a big deal to me whatsoever. What is a big deal is that they lie. I don't like liars. Now, you could make the argument that a lady pretending to be a bearded man is constant. That's a constant lie. When I say lie, all I care about in this scenario is if someone calls you out and says, "Hey, hang on a second. Are you hoodooing me?" You have to be like, got me. And you can't freak out about it, is basically the point. Okay? No more meltdowns, no more crashing out about this. We're done. We moved past that, okay? That's 2016. 2016's over. Wake up. Hey, Misfit Patriot. Boom, boom, boom. Wake up. 2016's over. The grift is done. This is why it's not working for you. This is why no one is watching your stupid podcast. So I just need, listen, we can have, again, for the most part, troons exist only on the internet. We can come to a full-on arms, like we put down our arms, we come to an agreement, we shake hands in the middle, as long as when I'm getting hoodooed, I'm allowed to go, are you fucking hoodooing me? And then you go, shit, maybe I'll pass next time, darn it. And of course you won't, but that's the fun. It's like, you know what it is? It's like the Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote, okay? You don't want the coyote to catch the road. That's the fun of it, is it keeps going forever. So you're never going to pass. There's no amount of deliveries from Acme that are going to give you an amount of penis that makes me believe you're really a guy. Okay? It doesn't matter how many giant round black bombs you strap to it. It doesn't matter if, you're wearing a winged green suit. I'm never going to fall for it. By the way, ironic use of, I'm kind of a crazy, I didn't even mean to do this, but do you know that the weird rock formations in the desert, like in a Roadrunner cartoon, those are called hoodoos?
What?
I did not.
Thank you, dear God. Thank you, everybody. I did not mean to do that, but it just occurred to me. Yeah, those are hoodoos. When you got the weird rocks that are like all skinny and then big at the top and make formations and stuff, that's a hoodoo. You're being hoodooed when you go to the desert. This is all coming back around. This is starting to make sense, right? We all understand, okay?
Cosmic.
Guys, new goon. Okay. The goon alarm 6 million for those who are new. All right. So anyway, he's a lady. Transvestigation complete. I don't know. Maybe we'll do a poll at the end of this to see, but that's not where it ends. God, no. Lord, no. There's so much more to the, the wellspring that is the Misfit Patriot. I gave you a little sneak peek here by accident. He's been replying to the haters. Misfit Patriot is now aware of his lolcowdom, and it's getting even dumber. Meep, meep. Okay, so somebody said deep TF2 lore. Yeah, there is a map in TF2 called Hoodoo for exactly that same reason. Anyway, here's a Misfit Patriot. He says, here's an 8-minute video designed specifically to waste 8 minutes of my haters' lives. And yes, they'll fucking watch every second of it because I own them. I'm sorry, because I own them. Anyone else can keep scrolling. It's not that important. The internet is a game that I play very well. This has all been a trick. You have been trolled. So let's watch 8 minutes that are designed exactly to waste our time and every single frame of it and break it down. Oh, he's in a car. Who would have guessed?
What's up, internet? So I just wanted to do a quick video to see, as you see, I'm like,
hi. He's talking to us, that's us.
Oh, that's cool.
Hey, Misfit.
The internet. The internet. The internet. The internet.
driving around. I'm out in the real world. I'm doing errands. I'm going to the dentist. And shit like that.
And shit like that? You're going to the dentist, by the way. What is... Okay, sure.
Went to my storage.
He's like, this is his way of trying to seem like a cool, normal guy, you know? Yeah, I have human teeth, too. I go to the dentist. Totally. I was born with all of these teeth.
Got everything cleaned up. I'm doing things in the real world, all right? Now, I know you post a lot on the internet, and people are like, oh, what are you doing? You guys think that I'm just, like, sitting on my couch or something. Nah, it's just multitasking, right? But what I've noticed about the past couple of days, like yesterday, I did, like, a clap back.
Okay, number one, you've never done a clap back. Number two, why do you have Deadpool's pouches, his leg pouches, are on top of your dash there? What is this? The fucking visor has cable style Rob Liefeld secret pockets going on. What are you hiding in there? What could you possibly? This is part of his EDC going on
He's
up
got
there.
a fuck nugget up there.
Tactical.
A fuck
Tactical
nugget
guy thing.
This is very tactical, and I have to imagine the only thing that's in there, like, you know, spare sets of teeth, proof he goes to the dentist, pictures of him as a baby with a full set of human adult teeth.
And it's drama, right? It's just some drama. It's kind of like a guilty pleasure, fun shit. It's a little
By the way, you know what else is a guilty pleasure of his? Grindr.
toxic. And I used to do that shit all the time on like TikTok. But I mean, it was
He just ran over a child, by the way.
really just to me, kind of just like a funny post from some girl who's kind of like some conspiracy theorist, and then she got all the big scary internet people after me. And I was like, yo, none of you are scary.
He has no clue.
All he's got to do is do a dance, and a woman would think this is the funniest thing ever. This is female comedy, okay? To a woman, comedy is you do sort of a voice, just half of a voice. You don't say anything funny ever, and then you do a dance, and then you act like, I can't believe everyone like wants to fuck me. That's when these guys are like, when anybody says to you online or says about anybody, like, you're so obsessed. These people are obsessed with me. That's the equivalent of a woman going like, they just want to fuck me. It's like, stop thinking about me through the lens of your mental pussy. Okay? I don't want
They can't.
And I'll give him that. Listen, I will give Misfit Patriot this. I would like to know it's between his legs. Okay? But it's not sexual. It's scientific. Beyond that, I've never thought genitalia with this freak, okay? And I've seen the zippers, by the way. I've seen the pectoral zippers going on. I know there's stuff going on under there. What does this shirt say? God's children are not for sale. You know, he saw that and he was like, darn it.
So, there's one guy, Kron, I guess you're...
Oh, I forgot. There's people trying to call it. You can call into the show, podawful.com/cult if you'd like to call in. Let's drag in Lisa. Hi, Lisa. You got something you want to add about FTM Misfit Patriot? Which, by the way, you can't spell Misfit.
Misfit?
Misfit? No, I'm not. Obviously, you don't know how to spell Misfit, Lisa. I'm saying you can't spell Misfit without FTM. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes. Thank you. USA.
What do you want to say, Lisa?
I think that he's made a bunch of videos about this strange Indian guy named Dinesh, who I guess apparently doxed him or something.
Dinesh
He's
D'Souza?
Well, no, his account's called that Dinesh guy.
Okay.
And apparently he's got some beef with him, but I don't see any videos about Misfit Patriot on Dinesh's account.
I've actually seen some of I think I've seen this. I saw an Indian guy talking about this. We are going to get deeper into Misfit Patriot and the doxing scenario in just a bit, because even if I don't know if the Indian guy doxed him or not, it doesn't matter, because Misfit Patriot's response to being doxed was to dox himself, was to give out his information even wider to more people. We've got him react. People, yeah, exactly. People showing up to his door and him reacting. We've got all that. We're gonna go over that in just a bit here. Anything else, Lisa?
Well, apparently he's friends with lactation, and used to be friends with a lactating account. I don't know.
What?
There's an account, a Twitter account about lactating that used to be friends with him, I
that's
guess.
good.
Okay, at first I thought you were saying he was friends with Lactatia, the child.
No,
drag queen. Okay.
not the person.
Whoo! Stop. Okay, that was getting dicey there for a second. All right, listen. We don't need to get into the weeds about every little thing. We're just getting to know this goon, all right?
Yeah,
We don't
it's
have
just
to-
some interesting stuff.
We don't
about
have to
him.
slam the fucking pedal. This gets deep, by the way. I'll tell you this. Here's another thing. Misfit Patriot is a lot like your friend, Lisa, Alex Stein. If you guys don't know, Lisa is in love with Alex Stein. She wants to fuck him so
Whoa, hey
bad.
now.
Now, Dirk is, of
Yeah.
course, Lisa's boyfriend. But unfortunately, every single day of Dirk's life, he has to know that at any minute, he could be easily cucked by Alex Stein. And she actually, I believe, Lisa, you lost your finger fucking virginity to Alex. Is that right?
No.
Something like
not
that,
at
though.
all.
Something like that. You kissed him.
No.
You kissed him.
No.
He kissed you. He did. You said he tried to rape you or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was, but
I mean, he'd have to have a pack of Indians to do that.
Lisa,
What?
yo.
Yo.
Yo. Okay. I don't know what all of a sudden the tune is changing. Listen to Lisa. Lisa being put on the spot. Lisa came to me years ago, said,
Yeah, Alex Stein. I worked for him, and he wanted to fuck me so bad.
and I was like, yeah, right. And then she told me he raped her and all this stuff. And he was like, she was a virgin and he was like trying to pound her butthole or so. I can't remember all the dirty little gory details, but anyway,
Yeah, they weren't good.
the point is you used to work for Alex Stein. You're in love with him. And
Yep.
we know that he did one of the worst things I have ever seen on the internet. And I really mean this. And I can't get past this because, you know, his big thing, Alex Stein's big thing is to say, like, whenever he's got a hater, whenever somebody makes fun of him, he goes,
The guy made fun of my dying mom.
and meanwhile, the only reason anyone knows his mom is even dead is Alex filmed his mom dying. And he did it for clicks and clout. And if you could erase that, if that never happened, I could drop every little thing without. I wouldn't even care. Anyway, Alex threatened to sue me. He threatened to kill my parents. Water under the bridge. But the fact that he tried to and in fact, it worked. He got famous off of filming his dying mom. It's crazy. Guess who else did that? This guy. Now, it didn't work for him, so he did it to no avail. His mom's been dying for like a year or something. I think he finally had the funeral for her like the other day. And he was filming her. You know, you see her laying there in the bed. She's got lumps and bruises all over. She's like, and it's almost too much. I don't want to even show it because, number one, it's horrific. It's bad. I hate this sort of thing. Number two, it's too much for a first episode about a guy because we've got photos, we've got proof. I've got the rabbit hole goes so deep on this guy. There's some stuff with his brother that maybe one day we'll get into. Don't you guys worry. I know about all the lore, the deep lore, and we will be adding to the canon very soon as well. But there's this one photo I do want to show you guys of him and his mom. And at least I'm told that it's him and his mom. I don't know if I believe it. But he is trying to use his sick and now dead mother as a sort of clout magnet. If somebody can find me that, I don't even have the picture. If somebody finds that and they want to throw it in show discussion, I'll do it. Otherwise, I'm not going to do it. It's too much for a first episode because then his thing forever will be, this guy had the nerve to make fun of my dying mom. And it's like, no. This guy had the nerve to make his dying mom part of his internet persona. Like, that's the sickest thing you could do. It's so vile. This dude's a bad guy, okay? FTM or not. I don't care if I'm being hoodooed or not. This is a bad, sick individual, and you will see that by the end of this episode. All right, thank you, Lisa. And then we got Fun Name Smile calling in. Fun Name Smile, you had something to add about all this?
Well, I don't know how original. it
Oh,
would be, 'cause
Jesus
I've
Christ.
seen it
Humorous
in the-
username. What the fuck? Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
I tried to give myself a better name.
That
so it's
sucks.
not so
This is
wordy.
worse. We'll just stick with humorous username. Go ahead, man.
Okay. I've already seen people say it in the chat, and it's like pretty obvious.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, he is like 80% Keemstar. They have the same vocal rhythm.
Okay.
They have the same
Is that
beard.
it?
Maybe,
Yeah,
yeah.
like if you pull up any of those videos of Keemstar talking to his phone, the like Instagram responses he would do, it's like the exact same vocal patterns.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And he's got the gnome beard. By the way, check this out. Look at this real quick. We'll come back to that video in a second. Look who it is, ladies and gentlemen. Alex Stein and the Misfit Patriot. Never has there been a better fit than Alex Stein and the Misfit. And is that his own brand he's wearing? It's gotta be. Yeah, it is, because it's a
like
skull with a beard.
Yeah.
Again, basically
cool.
a Punisher guy. Steps away from being a Punisher guy. How tall is this little lady? And she's always this.
Like 5'6".
She's 5'6", yeah.
Jesus, this is embarrassing. Look, Alex's head is twice. That's how you know it's a female. This is what the transvestigators do. Can somebody find me the male and female skulls? We'll do the
The
transparency.
distance between the eyes never lies. Look
The
at Alex's
shoulder to
distance,
hip,
and look at her distance.
shoulder to hip ratio. We got to look at all this stuff, because look at this is clearly, say what you will about Alex Stein, and I will. But say what you will about him, but he's got a man's skull. There's not a bone in my body, and you couldn't even put one in my body that would lead me to believe that this is not a guy. I believe Alex Stein's a guy through and through. He raped your girlfriend, Dirk. So
What?
that's what she claimed. I don't know if it's true, but she claimed it. And then look at this little thing. Look at this tiny little peanut
This
head.
little
Fella
fella.
fella
this
is
little
strong.
Little
Fella is very strong, I think. But that's a
This little
woman's skull.
Tweedledee.
Every little aspect of look at these. Look at the finger. What the
Little.
shit is going on with this finger?
Whoa, it is like a rosé hot dog.
That thing, oh yeah, but it's a kosher dog. That's all beef franks. That thing, that plumps when you cook it for sure. Look at this.
Alex's closed fist fingers are longer than her little fingers.
Yes,
Open.
exactly. Exactly.
Oh
And
my
what is
God.
even the scenario that puts these two freaks together? Oh, you know what it is? I see. I can already tell. This is like a dressing room. This is a green room for a comedy place. They got the fake brick wall. So Alex must have had one of his terrible stand-up shows, and Misfit Patriot, who lives in Texas, where Alex lives, was like, an opportunity to grift. I'm going to go to the worst comedy show of all time. And then he shakes his non-titties at Alex, and the rest is history. And then somebody did find the picture, right? Dirk, Jesus Christ, how did you get this so fast?
I wasn't sure. Friendship simulator.
Oh, okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to be clear. If this is in fact his mother, I'm in no way mocking his mother. I feel terrible that she passed away. But here's a photo of the lovely lady and her mom, and who has left us, an angel who left this planet, Mrs. Bonafiliano, or whatever her last name is. And as you can see, they're the same size, the same shape, and they've got the exact same fucking head. I would posit that this is, in fact, a before and after trans picture, everyone.
A Back to the Future scenario.
Yes, this is the same person posing with themselves while wearing a fake beard. You can't convince me others. And you say, okay, then how come the old lady version has a walker? To which I say, well, you would need a walker too if they just sewed a penis to your fucking body, wouldn't you? So
You sure would.
you sure would, pal.
Sure would.
And also look at the Reddit t-shirt, a space cat with sunglasses, very Reddit. And as you can see here, take a close look, everybody. You've got the sleeve tattoo over here, and then you can see that they're trying to
details are on those tattoos.
What they're trying to hide.
What are they hiding?
The same tattoo is on this arm here. You just can't see it. They're trying to hide it. That's how they get you. And of course, they've gone. He said he took her to her last meal, Applebee's, the worst place you could possibly fucking take your mom.
The legs are identical in shape and length.
The legs, look at the legs. He might as well be wearing leggings too. This is, and as you can see, you know, the mom version of him is wearing flats, and then you've got these boosted boys right here. You know, there's lifts inside these tennis shoes. This is, ladies and gentlemen, that's the same guy. Okay. And you're not going to fool me by putting one giant fake liver spot on the forehead. I understand. Like, oh, an old person has liver spots. Okay. Calm down. Just one.
Nice try.
Just one.
The younger one is hiding the pearls underneath the beard.
Liver spot. So again, though, no shade at all to his actual mother, who was an absolute angel on this earth. Let's go back to the video here. Humorous username, thank you.
No problem.
And again, if you would like to call in, you can do so. PODAWFUL.com/cult. Join our Discord, and you can access the call-in channel on there if you would like to call in.
Is this a cult if I ever heard one? Yes, it is. It's a cult. I mean, it's the cult of cult.
All right, speed run. Here we go.
The second this dude's like, I'm trying to tell you something. If you don't stop talking about a person that I like on the internet, some fucking cam girl that I got a crush on, then I'm gonna make things real bad for you. And I was like, no, you're not. You're not. Right? Like,
you know what this is? This is like this is an early 2000s guy. This is why none of us can place it. This guy died out in the early 2000s. This is a movie trope, comedy movie. Like, this is the fourth character in a Paul Rudd-led comedy from 2006. This little voice is, I was gonna do the thing. That's not a guy anymore. That doesn't even exist. Okay? That's like being
He's also a big Disturbed fan, too.
Nice. Truth.
You like are you just
that's
making
type of guy.
I can't tell if that's a joke or not. When you say a guy is a
photo with the singer.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
When you say a guy's a Disturbed fan, you could just mean like, you know, he's fucked up in the head or something like that. Yeah, you know what it is though? He's the type of, and I'm not gatekeeping Disturbed here, by the way. I don't give a shit about that terrible band, but he's the kind of guy who's like, oh yeah, I'm a big Disturbed fan because he saw Disturbed do their cover of Sound of Silence in 2014 or whenever that was. He's that guy. He's like, by the way, what is their actual song? That's not even their song. Do they even have a song? What is their, are they ooh ah ah ah? Is that them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's them.
They're getting up and getting down with the sickness. Lord have mercy, man. That's crazy. Damn.
It fits.
Huh?
It fits.
It does
It
fit.
fits.
Yeah, it does fit. So that's the same guy. And yeah, okay. Maybe he actually did like that song. But do they have any other song or are they just that?
Basically just it.
Someone says no, he's a Godsmack guy. No, I'm gonna say no about that. Actually, I would believe he's an old school Disturbed fan before I would believe he's a Godsmack guy. Thank you. What's the guy from Disturbed's name? Does anybody know?
Oh shit.
I'm fucking trans. I was born not a man. I had no penis. Can you give one to me? Okay.
David Dryman.
Who knew that? No one on it. You had to grok that shit. Grok.
I googled it because I'm not a lolcow.
what is the lead singer of the best band of all time's name?
David Dryman. If you are on fucking Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, you're on the last question. It's for the million. All your lifelines are gone. You'd be so fucked if that was the question. No one on earth could ever get. I've already forgotten it. What was it?
David Dryman, D-R-A-I-M-A-N.
Sounds like somebody's also a fan of Israel, if you ask me.
Like, look, why do you guys think I post my own fucking...
Why do you guys... What is going on with your top lip? Why is it going inside your mouth?
You've already got a lisp. You don't need another... Like, he's giving himself a hair lip because he's so nervous to be on camera.
Address on...
My cheeks. I'm just trying to pump up my cheeks here, and I'll just pull my lip in.
Okay. This like woke left, woke right, cancel culture.
Just throwing it in every time, every video, throwing in the woke right, woke right.
Fucking bullshit.
Wait a second. This term must be catching on. I hear it in every video. I'm going to start saying it. Which, by the way, is how your stupid mind works. You, the retard viewer of this program, you do hear a word said over and over again, and then you go, I guess we're saying this now. Now I use the term crashing out. Goodbye, everyone. Ah! That's how it works. You didn't say crashing out 4 months ago. You had never said that in your life. Then Keemstar said it. This guy, who's also Keemstar, apparently said it. And a black guy, I show speed or something. I don't know. Somebody said it about Fousey Tube. And you were like, we're saying that? Are we saying that now? We're saying crashing out now. Do you guys check in? Be honest. Do you check in? Do you ever go to your other internet pals and go, are we saying this now? Is this what we're doing? Because if so, nobody's doing that. Nobody's doing that with woke right. Nobody's even checking in. They're not. I don't think David Drymond, or whatever his name is, could even be convinced of it.
The one thing that both sides use equally on the left and the right.
I would never use slang. No. This is not, but here's the thing. This is not slang. It's not the same. This is our astroturfed, artificial slang. Okay, I didn't want to do that. I was going to move on, but then I saw that comment. I've been needing to talk about crashing out for a long time. I made it very clear early on. I said I will never unironically use this term. I made a pledge to everybody. You're not going to catch it in my descriptions unless I'm making fun of the term. You're never going to catch it in my titles or descriptions or me actually using it. I said it earlier in the show as a joke. I made a very strong pledge about this. Very, very strongly. I said, I will never say this term. And there's a reason for it. Day one. I remember day one of crashing out. Okay? And again, they were saying it about Fousey. Fousey was having one of his, bi-yearly meltdowns. And I know what really led to it. All right. Number one, most slang terms now are astroturfed Twitter black people terms. Okay. And it's somebody like this dude trying to make fetch happen. The crazy thing is, in the internet black people community, they don't have a filter for that. They don't push back against that stuff. So a guy can just come along and make up a term, and then everybody, they go with it instantly. There's no checking in. It's zero gatekeeping on terms. You can just have a brand new term. The only thing stopping them from coming up with new words every single day is that they're not that creative. Okay, so what happens is one guy doesn't know how to express himself. He doesn't have the vocabulary for it. He ends up saying something that makes no sense, and everyone else is too afraid to look up they can't grok whether or not that's actually a term or not, so they start using it so they don't look stupid. That's what's going on. Crashing out came from a combination of that, of being tired of saying the same thing over and over again about what's happening with Fousey Tube, by the way. They just needed a new, their thesaurus ran out of synonyms for I am mentally unwell, please help. And so they went with crashing out. And here's the part I didn't want to say, but let's just reveal the elephant in the gorilla in the room. The 1,000 niggas versus a gorilla in the room. Okay. It's chimping out. Did somebody just fart when I said that? I just heard. I say it's chimping out, and you go. Okay, so you know you can't get away with saying chimping out, and with like you could say it about a white person, and then when it came to Fousey, people are like, I don't even know what that is. He's like Indian, maybe? Is he Mustafar? What's the guy's name? Mutantar. Mustafar. I thought he was the lava planet from Star Wars. So, so they're like, he's Middle Eastern or something. I don't know. He's brown. You can't say chimping out. But that's what it is. It means chimping out, and it's your way of saying it without saying it. And I'm here to say you can't be one of these culture warrior, the pendulum swinging back, we're pushing the Overton window, things are getting fast, accelerate guys, and also say crashing out, because that's a fear tactic. If you're saying crashing out, that you were fear tacticked into saying that, just say chimping out. That's what you mean. And it's a good term. And you can use it. I don't even think it is racial, by the way. It did start that way. It started as a racist way to say, black people are, black people call it wilding out, or they did until crashing out became their new term. But yeah, these are all great terms, by the way. It's no offense to crashing out. It's just that we didn't need it. We already had the black people version and the white people version of that term. We didn't need to meet in the middle on this, okay? And, I keep seeing videos where, like, white people are losing their minds about these Karen videos and things like that. And in my mind, I'm like, they look like a monkey. Black people and white people can look like monkeys when they're fucking regressing into nonsense, you want to fight me type people. That's chimping out. We don't need crashing. And I know people use crashing out. Now crashing out just means meltdown or mildly getting upset, or in worst case scenario, in fact, most of the time it's used now, it just means someone disagreed on the internet with me. Whoa, total crash out. iJubs is having a crash out right now. And it's like, he doesn't really look like
it. Hyperbolic there, but
a little hyperbolic. The whole Ethan versus Hassan and iDubbbz thing that we talked about recently. I saw crash out about both sides of that. Every single person involved in that was supposedly crashing out. Meanwhile, none of them really, most people were saying it about Hassan and iDubbbz. None of them really looked like it. And if you had to describe one of them looking like it, it's Ethan. He's fucking going wild. If you wanted to come up with a term for what a Tourette's guy is doing, I'm good with crashing out. I just hate the fact that, like, Zoomers implanted this term in your mind and you are cool with it. And it was overdone the day it came out. The day that one dropped, everybody overdid it. That thing should have been dead on arrival. And unfortunately, someone made fucking fetch happen on that one. It's crazy. It's crazy. But that'll never happen with woke right.
This is why I started calling people woke conservatives years ago.
And years ago. Another one that never caught on.
Before woke right took off.
It did not take off. That's crazy to say. You're crashing out right now. You know what I would like to see? I would like to see him crash out in his car right now.
It's control. Right? They want to control other people.
He just did a performative park job. I don't know that I've ever seen this before.
I don't know.
he knew he was coming to the dramatic, calm part of the video, so he just pulled off into a Wachovia bank parking lot. Is that even still a bank? And he was like, okay, this looks good. This will be the least embarrassing place where the fewest people will see me doing this.
Right, you get some anonymous dickhead on the internet with 50 different sock accounts that goes, I'm gonna come at you, and I go, okay.
Or 50 sock accounts, is that what you keep inside your tactical belt up here?
Okay, but I mean, what are they gonna do? What are you gonna do?
You'll see.
I'm gonna come over.
We'll see. Oh, he's talking about doxing. Hang on.
But I mean, what are they gonna do? What are you gonna do? You dox me? Too late. I already put my address out there.
Come at me, bro.
What are you gonna do? Threaten me? Are you gonna look up all the things that I've done?
Well, the doxing part is not the scary part. Like the act of the dox is not the scary part. It's the what happens after that part. That's the scary. You can't fucking dox me. I did it myself. You can't fire me. I quit. Here's where I live, and here are the times I will be home. By the way, let me write that down for you. If you would like to come over. Gotcha. Got ya.
Like, you're gonna look up my criminal record and history? Okay, cool. Yeah, I've gotten into fights. I've drank and drive before. I've drank and drove before.
I'm doing it right now.
Fights are cool.
Okay. And by the way, as a result of this, he changed his avatar on Twitter to his mug shot. That's a crash out.
And saying he gets in fights is sort of what a trans would do. Like, I'm a man now. I get in fights.
Well, speaking of fights, I got a fight to show you. You want to see his fight?
No.
Oh, yeah. Not only do we have a fight, but it's a fight he fucking lost on video.
Oh, no.
I've done drugs. I've done them in the past.
Chimichanga, my fuck nuggets. Whoa. Capital D drugs?
Purity test failed.
Okay, then you suck. And you don't really get to tell other, like, your whole job as a conservative grifter guy is to pretend you are pure. See, the whole reason there is that term purity test is for you LARPing Christian freaks and for the losers who care about this shit. The idea is that you can tell other people the way it is because you are better than. Now, you have to act like you're not, and you have to say that you're not, because nobody would fucking listen to you if you did otherwise. But you can't go like, yeah, I do fucking drugs and I drink and drive. And also, I think all Palestinian children should have their heads exploded. So what? That doesn't work. The second you tell me, yeah, I'm a drug addict and I go to jail for it, I go, oh, cool. Well, hey, you know that advice you wanted to give me?
You don't have anything on me because there is not a single thing that you can post on the internet that I would be embarrassed about. I'll post it myself.
Okay, well, let me see your fucking gaping butthole.
So what people do is...
There's nothing? Now, I guess the implication there is maybe there isn't a photo of his gaping butthole, so there's nothing I could post. But, I don't know. We dig deep enough, we might find what... I found a picture of you pretty easily. Of, you know, by the way, this is a guy where the grift is so failing for him. He's got a real job. He's a tile man, you know? And not a good one, by the way. My dad was a tile man. I know good tile setting when I see it. I've seen his bathroom work, and I'm not talking about the typical troon stuff. This isn't mixing bathtub hormones, troon shine style bathroom work. It's not what I'm talking about. I've seen his tile work, not good. Okay. You know what else I saw? He's took a picture. He had I guess the real question is who took this photo? There's a photo of him. He's working on a bathroom, putting in tile. He's bent over, showing off his butt, doing the, ooh, who, me? Which, by the way, is not what Clickhead is doing in my logo. Just to be clear, there's no butt. He doesn't have a butt.
Once that fails, right? They have to smear and lie. So they'll take something.
Smear, by the way, is something that I would like to see in that open butthole pic.
That's like, you know,
you guys don't. Nobody's forcing you to laugh. Okay, if you want to,
That's funny.
Okay,
I thought it was funny.
Well, something, because every once in a while I'll say a thing, I'm like, that was pretty funny, and then all I met with is this guy's fucking favorite song, "The Sound of Silence." So
you win some, you lose some.
You win some, you lose. Hey, listen, I just throw spaghetti at the wall. You guys eat it or you don't.
An altercation I got in where I was defending myself, and then they'll say I beat up an old lady, which is not true.
But the fact that they say it is concerning.
Or they'll say, here's a picture of you hungover that you...
Yeah, I think he has... I might be wrong about it. I just want to be clear. I might be confusing it with the Santa Cruz Joker, but I'm pretty sure this guy does have an elder abuse charge on his record. That might be wrong. I might be misremembering things, but somebody I feel like told me that.
You posted on Facebook where you were sleeping naked on a pile of laundry, and we're going to put it on a gay dating app and say that you're the one that put it on the gay dating app. Okay.
Okay. To be fair, all right, in this, the fact that you're like, yeah, so that was fake is already suspect. All right. It's very suspicious. But here's the question. Let's say you didn't upload it to Grindr. Why did you take that photo and post it? Who was that for? Who wanted to see you naked on a pile of laundry with your butt up in the air? You know, other than me.
I did too.
Okay, other than me and, of course, Chris.
H2BH.
So, you know, why was the photo there for someone to do that?
I don't care. It's not real.
Well, the photo is...
Yeah, that happened, dude.
It happened.
Nothing you people can do is embarrassing. Let's get back to the Kron guy, because everybody...
Okay, trust me, I can do some really embarrassing shit. Okay.
He's waiting for me to drop this big video, right? They're like, Zach's gonna dox.
Maybe this Kron guy's the Indian in the cupboard that Lisa was talking about before.
Kron. It's like, I'm not gonna dox anyone. I don't dox.
Imagine you open your cupboard, there's a fucking Indian guy in there by the... It's just filled with shit. Oh, God, this cupboard smells like fucking... Hello, everybody.
People, right? However, Kron has admitted that he knows the account holder that is posting a bunch of shit and harassing other people, threatening them, doxing them, stalking them. Kron himself has admitted to doxing. So I'm gonna make a video just with all the facts that are already on the internet, right?
Right. Okay. Seriously.
I'm not gonna. I have his address. I'm not gonna post it.
You know, the threat of the dox is just as bad, right? Like,
it's crazy.
Already on the internet, bro.
Well, he's saying he's got the other guy's address.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, okay. Yeah, he thinks that he's going to trick the other guy into posting it himself.
Right.
You've got my address? No, here it is. I'm the only one with my address.
I already posted my address online. You can't do anything to me.
Oh, Lenny, you're late. That's what this guy actually did.
I know. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Pictures of his house. I'm not
Okay.
gonna post those. That's crazy. I know everything about him.
Seriously? Tell your knitting circle.
It's
a
crazy to post that stuff. I will.
I was going to say that before. Yeah. This guy's an early 2000s guy in the same way that, like, imagine if you met a woman, you know, other than this guy. Imagine if you met a woman and she was doing straight up Valley Girl unironically. No, like, she wasn't doing a bit. It wasn't a voice. She's just like, so totally talking like this. You'd be like, what are you fucking... Him. That doesn't exist anymore. That's not possible. Everybody grew out of that or past it. Those people aren't real.
Post the information I have that will show you people that his account is actually ran by this person. And I don't understand why everybody's so afraid of that, right? If you're running an anonymous account...
He's like trying to... He's openly trying to rationalize to himself, I should be allowed to give out this guy's info, right? Yes?
People admitting to doxing online
then I don't think you should be anonymous. I think that people should know who you are. Because I have a friend who reached out to me. An acquaintance who reached out to me.
Well, listen, you'd be rubbing your titties all the time too, Dirk, if you'd cut him off. He's got phantom tit pain. So it's not really his fault.
Of course. Used to have big jugs.
Oh, yeah.
A couple years ago, because I used to help people with this stuff all the time. I used to help people fight these crazy fucking anonymous cancel culture, woke warriors, virtue signaling, purity tests, doxing, stalking, harassing cunts all the time instead of just on a Sunday like yesterday when I was bored yesterday. And this girl reached out to me and said, I need your help. And I don't know, I didn't give her enough help. And she killed herself.
What?
She killed herself.
Okay, sure.
What? So I was putting together the poll on whether or not Misfit Patriot is trans. And I missed a little bit of what? How did we get here? Okay, I got to roll that back. Let me start this poll. Guys, vote in the chat now whether or not you think Misfit Patriot is an FTM troon. Let me roll this back.
Help, and I don't know, I didn't give her enough help. And she killed herself.
Who did this?
The lady.
Oh, okay. Oh, he's dead naming. He's talking about himself. That's the woman inside him that killed herself in order for him to exist. Oh my gosh.
100%.
Jesus.
She killed herself.
And she'd do it again too. My friend Stained Haynes says that transitioning is dress rehearsal for suicide. Dress rehearsal. That's pretty good.
That's real good.
Trying to call CPS and get our kids taken away. They were doing exactly what they do to me and so many others on a
exactly what they do to me. The same guy.
Daily basis, and they don't realize how
getting hoodooed.
How evil that is. All right? Look, I get it.
Right now it's 95% yes on the poll.
I trigger people, all right?
That's kind of what I do for a living, okay? Oh, other than setting tile in your bathroom. Stepping around your plunger in order to get an estimate done.
I'm a shit talker.
You're a shit scooper, as far as I'm concerned.
All right? But when I trigger people, your reaction shouldn't be, let's try to ruin this guy's life. Your reaction should either be block or have some fun with me, right? Like, let's keep it online and let's keep it fun. But it's always the threats. It's always the let's take it out of the internet into the real world. And I'm not down with that.
Phase 4,
Especially
baby.
when people tell me that I'm going to delete my account because some fucking dickhead named Kron is going to make a tweet about me. I'm fucking going to laugh all day about it. I'm going to troll even harder. And by the end of the fucking...
We're getting trolled big time here, guys. I don't know if we're going to be able to take much more of this trolling.
Hey, I mean, like I said, I'm running errands right now.
I'm going to the dentist right now. I'm at the dentist right now.
Right? By the end of the
I have human teeth.
Day.
I don't know why I think he's trying to prove that he has
a troon
teeth.
Go to the dentist?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm probably just going to be like, putting my phone down and continue.
Putting my phone down. Ooh, that little Reddit voice is making me so mad. I'm getting furious.
Dick Masterson furious, all the rage.
Oh God, that tastes like me.
Continuing on about my life, but there are so many people that take it seriously. There are people that actually go out and they try to find out information about all these other people. The information I get is when I call out somebody or clap back at somebody, all the people that they've harassed and all the people that they've interacted with, they send me things. And then I'm like, I can tell whether or not that's true.
She's trooning out. Someone says in chat, this is crashing out.
I also have people that are, let's just say, very skilled at certain things that can verify all of this stuff.
Oh, you have an 1185?
So I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to, hey, is this true? Okay. I'm good at figuring out if things are true.
Okay, then what? What are you going to do? What are you threatening here? You're going to figure it out? Cool. Then tell teacher. You know the answer. Raise your hand real big. Ah! What? I mean, what then?
And I'm just not afraid of anybody, where I'll just drop it on the internet. And I'll just, so I can shrug my shoulders. So this is a really long video that I'm using now, and if you've made it this far, because the longer the video, the more it upsets people that I just wasted.
I am getting
7
mad.
minutes of their day.
It's working.
And I got 4 minutes left until my dentist appointment, so I'll just walk out.
Ooh, I'm triggered.
I really do these really long videos.
The beard been discussed yet?
Oh yeah, we've been talking about the beard, but say what you want to say about the beard, Lenny. We'll talk about the beard all day.
Right there in that freeze frame is perfect. All right. Look right down the middle.
Oh yeah.
That middle hair on his chin, on the tip of his chin, looks like the texture of your hair. Silky, smooth, and straight.
It's like if I had this right here.
And there's not a gray to be found right there.
It's fake.
That's
you go past them down handlebars of the mustache out and further on the jawline.
Yep.
It's all scraggly and gray.
Oh yeah.
Something's not right there.
Yeah, that's a chest hair merkin that he's glued to his face for sure.
It looks like it.
Listen, I got people with certain skills, and I checked in with them. I got the info I needed, and I've got a merkin smith, and I asked my merkin guy. I was like, "That's a merkin, right?" He said, "For sure." I've been in this business 80 years. It's an old fella, okay, wise beyond his years, really. And he's as wise as a 200-year-old man. And he said, I could smell a merkin from a mile away. I said, smell? He said, it's an industry term. You wouldn't understand. And apparently, yeah, this guy, what he's been doing is he's shaved off his actual human pubic hair, his bush. He's been shaving off his bush, gluing it to his face, but he didn't have enough. It got patchy in the middle, so he did have to apply a merkin, and that's why it's a different. You're right. It is straight and non-textured right in the middle in a way that makes no human sense whatsoever. As a guy with naturally perfectly straight white people hair, that's not supposed to come out of your face. I don't have that on my face. It makes no sense.
Is he sitting there all day with a little brush and comb, like just going over and over?
Yes, I will be the best conservative beard man.
Specific.
Actually, that might be what happens when you take hormones.
Reason. I'm still trolling you. I'm not afraid of you. This is fun. It's the internet. This shit's like Candy Crush to me. It's so much fun.
That's a woman, Candy Crush.
Yeah.
A woman's
Ladies play
favorite video game is Candy. When a girl says she's a gamer, she's talking about Candy Crush and Angry Birds. What year is it? Oh my gosh, this is like Candy Crush to me. There's a part of him too. He's so decadent that he wanted to just say this is like candy to me. Oh, candy. Oh, he believes in getting hyper off of candy. Okay. You ever talk to a guy who thinks you get hyper from candy? Yeah, I'm actually sugar crashing right now. I got hyper off of candy. There are guys who treat candy like drugs, and they're trying not to. They're trying not to OD. There's a lot of energy. Everybody knows the energy drink guys, the Monster Energy guys. You know, a Rufio style Mall Ninja kind of guy, but there are the candy versions of that.
Because I'm like, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, right? But when I see like shitty behavior on the internet, I'm like, no, fuck with that person, right? And it makes me happy. It's like, some people play video games, right? You got a PlayStation.
Okay, so what are you so fucking mad about? They're doing that to you.
5. You got your Xbox and you got this thing. It's like, I play you. You are my game.
Oh, okay. If only we had a name for the people you do that against. Never mind, we can't come up with new terms. Whoa, that was a weird sound there at the end. Okay, so there you go. Misfit Patriot is fucking losing it. The poll right now at 152 votes is 96% yes, Misfit Patriot is in fact a female to male troon. Again, we've got more people watching than that though, so get in that poll, make your vote heard. This is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Choice Awards. Make your voice heard loud and proud, okay, in that poll. Where do I want to go to next? Yeah, okay, let's do this one right here. So again, he doxed himself. He doxed himself. I'm not going to look at this. I'm not reading all of this. What a wall of text. I'll read the first part. He says, this is a serious post, and the people who disagree with me really need to pay attention here. I am very controversial online because I challenge people in open debate, and I'm unapologetic in how I speak to them, which is like this. I speak like this. You should be sorry.
The voice.
Start being apologetic. I can be disrespectful. I push the Overton window often to open dialogue, and I like robust and passionate debate. This upsets certain people, and one of the ways they retaliate is by doxing me. My address, pictures of where I live, my full name, full name's not doxed, public records, etc. gets posted on here constantly because I trigger people. Okay. Guess what? You triggered them. You should be happy that that's what happened then. You're Mr. Again, 2016 called. They want their terms back. Trigger. When was the last time you heard someone talking about trigger warnings? I had somebody reach out to me the other, like a week or so ago. They sent me a message. I don't even know where they got the idea for this or why they contacted me. They said, hey, would you like to buy this domain name? I own trigger-warning.com. And, you know, I love a good, funny domain name. But I took one look at that and said, number one, it's got the dash. That's worth nothing. If it was all one word, sure. Dash. And number two, nobody says trigger anymore. Nobody says trigger. Like, that would have been great almost 10 years ago. That would have been an amazing, and no wonder they're trying to get rid of it, by the way. Nobody says triggering, and if you're trying to trigger people, you should be happy that they're responding this way. But of course, he's a fake troll. Let's take a look at his video here.
Okay, guys, things are getting a little out of control.
Okay, hey, maybe we need to pump the brakes a little. You know what? I might have gone a little far in some places. Hang on a second.
This is the second time this has happened in 5 years. All right? So it's a rare occurrence, but just a PSA. This pudgy bitch just came to my house and ding-dong ditched me. Now, I assume it's because recently I posted my address, and the reason
It's not a ding-dong ditch if the reason they leave is because you don't answer the door out of fear. By the way, prove to me that the guy instantly ran away. That's a ding-dong ditch. You're 12, you ding-dong, you ditch. You're out of there. And then you stand behind the bush 10 feet away, and you go... Look at them, they answered the door. Which honestly, that is funny. That actually is funny that their time was wasted. But I doubt that's what happened here. I have a feeling that what actually took place was that he never went to the door. He was terrified. Yeah. I mean, this is a guy who has a Ring camera, obviously. So he's sitting there watching on the cam like, fuck, leave. And he saved the video, so you know he was there to see it and say he had the time to save it and all that kind of shit. Ladies and gentlemen, the big board!
Yes. Let's do it. You don't want to be on the big board, Misfit.
You do not want to be on the big board.
Big board looks great, Colonel.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the big board. All right, let's get him. There we go. Let's get him on here. Let's really take a good look at this.
I do that is because somebody else posted my address, right? They dox me to make me afraid. Like, we know where you live. And I'll just go, yeah, I live right here, right? It's not me.
Okay. What's the address? Say it right now. Say it in this video.
Me inviting anybody over, right? So
he's doing the classic. We've had this scenario on PodAWFUL before. A goon starts getting a little uppity. They start feeling themselves on this a little bit, and they decide to give out their address to prove the haters wrong. What they didn't expect was someone to show up. They never expect that. They never think someone will do it. And then they do it. Someone does it. And so, there's now 15 minutes of footage. Ethan Ralph did it. Ethan Ralph said, do it. I'm inviting you directly. You're allowed to come to my house at blah, blah, blah street at blah, blah, blah. And I go, okay, that sounds like a legal invite to me. And then I show up. And then he goes, actually, as a matter of fact, you ain't allowed. Matter of fact, you never was, actually. That's what he's having to do, a walk it back here.
Go, yeah, I live right here, right? It's not me inviting anybody over, right? So this is a serious post. I'm being serious. I'm not joking because I really am afraid somebody's going to get hurt. Do not come to my fucking house.
Do not come.
I got Jake Shields, the MMA fighter, like, if I ever see you, I'm going to fight you. I got some fucking retard asking me to box him at Skankfest. Not going to do that either. I got other people that are always like, I'm going to fight you. I'm going to show up. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Look, when I say you're free to do that, what I mean is I wouldn't.
In chat, they say, I'm on my way to his place right now to cheese his mailbox.
How were you? But yeah, you're free to do that. You're free to make a horrible decision that could.
Okay, I'm getting mixed signals here. Should I come or not? I'm free to do it, but also no, or
end up with you dead. I don't want you to do that.
So again, remember, this started with a 12-year-old's prank of ding dong ditch. And now he's like, I'm going to shoot you if you ring my doorbell. A thing that is legal, by the way. You are allowed to ring. You're allowed to go to anyone's house, ring the bell, say hi. You can't just go in, I guess. You can't keep doing it after they say don't. But you can go there, particularly when a guy says, here's where I live. I dare you. You're definitely allowed to go then. So now he wants to murder 12-year-olds. Okay, which is not too far from his actual position normally on 12-year-olds. We'll get into that in just a bit.
So I'm telling you, in case anybody wasn't clear, I'm telling you,
do not ding dong ditch me. And I swear to God, if there's a flaming bag of shit on my front porch,
don't come to my fucking house. All right?
So if there's a flaming bag of coleslaw, if a food mystery shows up to my front door.
Look, everybody on the internet is so fucking I don't know, the fucking tension lately where they're just like, we want to murder each other all the time.
You just said you want to murder the people who show up. What are you talking about?
Right? I don't have any hatred towards any of you. If I troll you, it's because I think it's funny. Right. If something
just got finished crying.
Something I said on the internet upsets you so much.
By the way, get a new hat and a new shirt. Is this all taking place on one day?
Really?
I mean, he was wearing this in the photo with Alex Stein. There's no way he got the entire speed run of being a lolcow done in a single day.
That you want to do me physical harm? Check yourself into a fucking mental facility.
But if you want to do me physical sex, I'm on Grindr.
Because, trust me, you care about me way more than I care about you. And I'm serious. That TV is more valuable to me.
I got a new 55-inch 4K Amazon Basics.
Than your fucking life because I like breathing.
And I hate children.
So, Texas Penal Code 9.31.
All right, let me look that up.
All right. I'm allowed to defend myself if I am in fear for my life.
Okay, it doesn't say anywhere here in the Texas Penal Code that you're allowed to shoot people who ring your doorbell.
Crazy person on the internet coming to my house would put me in a state of fear for my life because, again...
Whoa, that's a fucking pussy. You're scared. Okay. Okay, pussy. So anyone from the internet shows up? Well, guess what? We've got a way around that.
Yeah.
What if it's someone from DoorDash?
That's legal.
That? What are you going to do about that? Just hundreds of DoorDashers dead on his front stoop.
He'll shoot them. Yep, he'll shoot them.
That's some crazy shit. And if anything happens other than you just going bing and fucking off...
You mean the thing that you're whining about that guy doing? This entire video started with bing and fucking off, according to you. So why are you saying you're going to murder people?
If I have to confront you, if I have to open my...
If I'm forced to open my door instead of hiding under my bed?
My door? Yeah.
What are you going to do? You're 5'2".
No, we ain't fighting.
Right. Correct.
Mm-mm.
That gay liner is insane, they say in chat.
You look at it right now.
Look. Whoa! Hello? Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Look at his mugshot. The eyes don't look like this. There's no line or, it's not a JD Vance, I just have dark eyelash scenario. I always roll my eyes and then they flutter so hard. I always roll my eyes when people are trying to do the JD Vance wears eyeliner. It's like, there are people who have really dark eyelashes. They're called swarthy. Okay? The Earth's Greeks. These people exist. And, I assume JD Vance is just one of these people. Because I've never seen a photo of him where his eyes didn't look like that. Then you go to Misfit Patriot's fucking Twitter profile, by the way. Actually, hang on a second. Can we just do it right here? Yeah, look at this. Look at this. Do those eyes look the same to you? Where's the glowing grayish blue color? Where's the dark lines around the eyes? Somebody didn't have a chance to put her face on that day before getting arrested for drunk driving and having an amount of cocaine that suspiciously sounds like you sell it. Oops, my brother's dead from drugs. No matter.
Oopsie.
Don't think too hard about that one. So, and by the way, a lot of people have been saying this to me. They're like, what's with his fucking face? What is that?
He looks like a wax representation of like a frozen man.
Unfrozen caveman lawyer style. This is a Neolithic female to male. You see this in the Natural History Museum, as a matter of fact. I can explain what's going on here very easily. The why of why this is happening is simple. And it is that this is a woman whose head is tiny, and then she took a bunch of drugs that tried to turn her man, and her head got bigger. Sam Hyde did the same thing. So, not that he was a lady before, just to be clear, but you take this test, you take these T hormones, and they inflate your fucking head. Okay? So that's the why of what's going on. But then people seem to be really upset by the way he looks, and it's reminding them of something. And I can tell you what that is. I'm going to show you right now, as a matter of fact. The reason you're upset by him, where did that go? Did I open that? What the fuck? Oh, okay. Okay, there it is. The reason you're upset by this, the real reason for it, is that this is the I must draw you guy from Family Guy. Okay? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I believe this was a season 1 episode. This is the I must draw you. Peter sees a man whose eyes and nose are all so close together on his big head that he has to draw him like one of his French girls. He says, I must draw you. And that's what's going on there. This is why it's so unsettling for you.
Guy.
This is a human uncanny valley effect.
It's the same guy.
Is what's going on. So this isn't just a valley girl. This is an uncanny valley girl. Like, so totally. Okay. So everybody understand? We're all on the same page now?
Mm-hmm.
Family Guy.
Yeah.
This feels like an episode of Revenge of the Cis now. Doing Family Guy.
If he had an orange hat on, I wouldn't have known the difference when you were flicking back and forth.
Yeah,
That's how I
not.
told the difference, the hair color.
Of course not. Unfortunately, we've lost
Out
our
of
place
control.
now.
This is the second time this has happened. Fucking life, because I like breathing. So, Texas Penal Code 9.
And I'm not convinced of that, by the way.
9.31. All right. I'm allowed to.
Yeah, like Bella Ramsey, someone says, one of the Earth's most horrifically raped.
Defend myself if I am in fear for my life. A crazy person on the internet coming to my house.
You guys watching The Last of Us?
Fuck no.
Kelsey and I watched The Last of Us. I don't know why. I never played those video games. My wife is a woman, so I can't believe why she wants to watch it. But we watch it. We watch it every fucking week. We watch this The Last of Us. It blows. It's horrifying to look at. Bella Ramsey, one of the most mutated freaks. If you told me, yeah, we shot this after a nuclear holocaust, I'd go, okay, that explains at least one thing going on here. This might be the first post-apocalyptic TV show or movie that was filmed with actual actors from the post-apocalypse. And there was a scene, you know, the main character, no spoilers, I guess, but the main character was Bella Ramsey, she's immune to the zombie virus or whatever, the fungus virus that's going around. And for some reason, that's a secret. I don't know why they don't just tell everyone, hey, we have a cure. Hey, look, it's a walking cure. And they're like, nah, gotta kill everyone who finds out. It's a great, you know, it's a classic Three's Company style oopsie doodle. If only we had just explained what was happening, we wouldn't have wound up in this Scooby-Doo scrape. So she nobody knows that she's immune, and then she gets caught by her lesbian girlfriend getting bit. Now her girlfriend wants to blow her fucking head off. And of course, my wife is screaming at the screen going, just tell her that you're immune. Tell her. And she's just going, bah, bah, as her eyes form a vacuum in the middle of her face and create a singularity, the likes of which have only been observed on Earth by Rufio Phoenix. And so a feeding black hole of a head. And, you know, my first thought is like, if you tell the bitch that you're immune, she's going to believe you. She's going to go, oh, so that's why you look like that. Okay, yeah, that's going to make sense. Oh, so you're a mutant. Okay, you're like an X-Man. I get it. When I say X-Man, okay, I don't mean... Anyway, let's get back to Zach.
Would put me in a state of fear for my life because, again, that's some crazy shit. And if anything happens other than you just going bing and fucking off, if I have to confront you, if I have to open my door, yeah, no, we ain't fighting. Knock.
Is this guy even allowed to have a gun, by the way? Like, I don't, is he he's been
with him with a gun.
He's been arrested, though. I don't know if he's a felon or not.
This shit off. The cancel culture.
We need to report this man to ICE.
Woke bullshit. It doesn't.
I'm woke right.
Work on me. I'm not afraid of anything other than having a very awkward conversation with your family about how I had to take their son's life because he was a fucking moron.
I don't really think you need to discuss it with my family after the fact. Okay, so anyway, this is the result he got from doxing himself. Unfortunately, he seems a little upset. I don't know why, He seems a little bit upset about the whole ordeal. Also, he wasn't in town. He wasn't at his house last night, but apparently somebody did leave him a present last night. So he didn't have to answer the door this time, but a package was delivered to the Misfit Patriot, it turns out. So I don't know when he gets home. But he's going to find just a pile of crap rotting on his porch. And again, as long as you are not the one ding-dong and ditching him, you're good to do this. He gave out his address. He told you this was okay. So if you feel like sending the gift of coleslaw to our new friend, the Misfit Patriot, that's on you, and you do whatever you want. I'm a different guy than you. Finally here, do you want to see him get his ass beat?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, this is kind of bad.
Yeah.
I got to say this right now. I don't condone this. This says, last night at AM Fest, at Misfit Patriot reportedly sucker punched Bryson Gray. You guys know Bryson Gray? He's a black guy. The end. That's his entire credentials. For referring to his friend as an abomination. What the fuck was that friend for the Misfit Patriot to think they're an abomination? Bryson then threatened to press charges unless Misfit Patriot agreed to meet up with him and fight to settle it. Here's the footage from that fight. So this is the craziest thing. After all of that blustery, all this stupid shit about IRL and the internet, he actually did the thing where you go and meet up in real life to fight because of an internet beef.
Based.
I mean, kind of cool, actually, but stupid. Real stupid. And here's why it was stupid. Again, I can't condone this. I know Bryson, what's the guy's name? Bryson Gray. I know that he's a black guy, and so it's different for their community. Me, personally, I don't think you're supposed to hit a woman. Here's the footage. Okay, now this is a little dark. Let me throw this on the... That was a bad punch there. That was insane. This is not starting off well for anybody. And I do want to point out right away, they're on gravel. So this is about to get silly. Look at the little... So Tinkerbell here does a little ballerina fumble, slides across the rocks while doing the classic kitty cat swipes. It's sort of a punch. It's not a straight up slap, but it might as well be a slap. This is a cat fight. Bryson is doing his best. I'm pretty sure I've seen a black guy stand like this. So that's what he's got going on. So really, right now, no one's winning this. This looks really bad. I hate when you see a fight and you can tell they're trying to just do the things they've seen in these videos before.
Neither of them want to get hurt. They're scared.
Yeah, nobody actually wants to hit the other one. Nobody was cool with this. But again, it was Bryson's idea, so he better win. What was that?
Please don't hit me.
What was that? Bryson just did a shadow maneuver. Pada! That's an ancient...
His chi.
Yes, his chi. His chi. That's they call that the God style chi cloud punch. It's his Omega move. Unfortunately, it wasn't very effective. The typing was wrong. And now, okay, so now Zach tries his classic kick dirt maneuver. Ooh, yeah, another little kick of dirt. Now, he actually does manage to just kind of sweep the leg, which I assume is he saw Karate Kid, so he went for it, and it works. He gets Bryson on the ground, but of course, that's easy. It's gravel everywhere. They're both slipping. Bryson instantly gets back up and booyakasha!
Oh, no.
This lady is on the fucking ground. Booyah!
Out of it. Oh,
it's over.
Booyah! Booyah!
Oh, my balls!
Oh, my balls.
Who yelled that?
So we now are officially in Idiocracy. He actually yelled, ouch, my balls. That was Bryson. So because because Misfit Patriot is literally a woman and he was getting the shit beat out of his fucking head against rocks, he decided to grab Bryson's testicles. That was his counter punch. Which, okay, I mean, you know, it's street fighting. I don't know. Is there an illegal move?
Oh, my balls! Hey, hold on, balls.
It's weak.
And then he runs! Oh, my balls!
That's the fucking street fight.
That's a fucking street fight. Who said that? 'Cause I didn't realize they said that before I said what I said.
Must have been Misfit.
That's the fucking street fight.
Yeah, so now he's justifying why it's okay for him to grab nut. And a black guy does not play around. Black guy's not going to play around about that. You don't do that. They have a rule, okay? You think a black guy will just come up, clock anybody, will just knock out an old woman, he doesn't give a fuck. There's one rule, there's one boundary they do not cross, and it was just crossed.
What are y'all doing? You run away because your balls?
That's a good reason to run away, because of your balls. Who kicks people in the balls? It's now South Park. Okay, so there you go. That was insane.
That was great.
Fight like a woman, lose like a woman. So now let's do this. Let's go to, this is a guy that we've started paying a little attention to. And again, I told you, I want to keep my eye on this fella for a while now. This is Elijah Schaffer. Okay. There's a lot going on here with Elijah Schaffer. Now, we know Elijah Schaffer from a show called Slightly Offensive. Revenge of the Sis keeps appearing on it. Slightly Offensive. This is not Slightly Offensive, by the way.
What is your understanding of the woke right? Can you define it? Do you even believe it's a real thing?
The woke movement, I would say, is aligned with the grifter community.
So Misfit Patriot, Israeli flag. So Misfit Patriot gets invited onto this program. Now, here's what I'm confused about. You might have noticed that this started with a countdown. There's like a 5-minute long countdown at the beginning, but then it goes into a coming up montage, which means this is pre-recorded. Why is there a countdown? Am I crazy? I mean, do we understand what's happening here? This is a fake live stream, okay? Now, this was posted in the live stream. Look, it says streamed 5 days ago, okay? And you might have noticed already, this is from a channel called Rift TV. Again, not Slightly Offensive. 35.6 thousand subscribers. How many people have watched this? 2.8 thousand. So, just to be clear, I started looking into Elijah Schaffer again, all right? And I realized, you know, we make fun of Alex Stein for stealing the Elijah Schaffer channel when he joined the Blaze. So all of his subscribers are fake. Guess what? They were fake when Elijah had them. Elijah's got multiple channels. He's got this Rift TV. He's got Slightly Offensive, which I thought was only on Rumble, by the way. They act like it's just on Rumble. There's a whole YouTube channel for it. And then now he's also part of Gateway Pundit. And he uses this same studio for all of those things. It all looks like just one show. He's got this woman, her name's Sarah Stock, on there. You might have seen her. She's actually pretty funny. She was on one of those, what is it called? Those, you know, the thing where like two people are debating in the middle, Surrounded, it's called. And they've got all those weirdos sitting around them, and they get to hold up flags, and they get to jump in on the debate and stuff. She was on one where the person arguing, like she was arguing for white people, basically. And the person she was arguing against was so not ready. It was like some Jewish guy, where she just goes, yeah, white people should be allowed to exist. And he's like, that sounds anti-Semitic. And she's like, fine. And he's like, you're racist. And she's like, okay. He had no comeback. She actually kind of rules. But Elijah Schaffer snatched her up. And now she's on like every episode or every other episode of these videos he does. And her entire point of existing on here is to make it look like Elijah Schaffer is straight. Now remember, and he's not, just to be clear, he's not. Now remember, Elijah Schaffer is supposedly married. He's married and he's got kids. Yeah, well, so does Dave Rubin. So I think, like, any normal person, if this was anyone else and you saw how much this woman was coming on the show, she's an attractive blonde lady, you would go, oh, he's fucking her, or he's trying to fuck her, or he's seeing her on the side, he's cheating on his wife. I see this with Elijah Schaffer, I go, everybody's safe in this scenario. He's deep in that closet with the screen door on it. We're good. Sarah's standing outside the screen door throwing pebbles in at him, trying to laugh at it. She knows he's a gay guy. She just needs somewhere that'll let her on and say the N-word. So anyway, I was looking into all of Elijah's channels here. He has, on this channel, 35,000 something subscribers. His main channel's got like 600 something thousand subscribers. And then your average upload, some of his streams get the same number of views as me. Not good. Okay? Not good. So subs mean nothing. They're all bought. It's all fake. This is Elijah, one of the biggest grifters. And by the way, what is this new brand? Like, even the studio still says slightly offensive all over it, but this is supposedly Rift TV. So he's trying to, I don't know, I guess he's trying to rebrand, maybe get YouTube approval again or something. Maybe he's not allowed on there. But then I look at his uploads. He's still got Revenge of the Sis on there. They're talking N-words and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. I don't get it. I have no idea what's going on. All I know is it's a big carousel of grift. It's so pathetic. His entire following is fake. Rift TV. This is crazy. Go to Twitter right now. Find Rift TV. Okay, it's at the Rift TV on Twitter. He made a Twitter account for the. It's just him. It's him. He's got a team of people, I'm sure, but he's the one doing it. I saw this Twitter account. This is what made me realize this was even a thing. This thing has existed for a few months. Have you ever heard of it? Are they making? Nope. They're making a big splash. What you have to have heard of Rift TV. They're making the biggest splash I've ever seen online. The Rift TV on Twitter has 152 followers. 152,000 followers.
Holy shit.
Embarrassing.
152,000 followers for this thing you've never heard of, didn't know existed, didn't know this was it, didn't know Elijah Schaffer was even a part of it. Go to any tweet from them. All right, here's the most recent one. 48 minutes ago, some shit about the Supreme Court. 56 likes. 152,000 followers. 56 likes. Oh, maybe that's because it's just a few minutes ago. Let's go to an older one. Here's one from May 16th. 22 likes.
Dude.
22. It's all fucking fake, which explains why the Misfit Patriot would agree to go on this show. He needs that fake numbers bump. See, this is what he hasn't figured out yet. This is why he's still setting tile, is you gotta fake it till you make it in these grift groups. Now, what Misfit Patriot doesn't know, and what makes this so funny, is as shitty as Elijah Schaffer is, and as gay and homosexual as he definitely is, and I mean that legally, I'm speaking in a legal sense here. Legally, he is gay, and if you were to take me to court over it, you'd have to suck off a Mexican guy on camera in order to prove that you don't like it. Those are the rules. Because I have seen Elijah Schaffer with a little Mexican manservant. I'm positive it was his boyfriend. Anyway, as much as he sucks, even Elijah Schaffer looks at the Misfit Patriot and goes, a lolcow. Let's make fun of him. So Misfit Patriot doesn't know it, but he got invited on this show for them to laugh at him. It's actually great. It actually rules. And you might have already noticed one of the other guests is Bryson Gray, the guy who beat him up on video. That's how you know this is a fucking a worked shoot. I'm gimmicking my kayfabes into a shoot work. So let's go to Misfit's intro here, which of course Elijah Schaffer never remembers who any of his guests are, so he makes them introduce themselves. Take a look.
Today, my guests are experts in this.
Wait a second here. Is this? I think I've got it sped. Yeah, I've got it sped up because I didn't want to. This sucks to watch. So it's really quiet, unfortunately. I'm going to have to crank it up. So henchmen, just careful, don't scream into the mics right now. All right, here we go.
Social media field. They have massive followings. They're going to introduce themselves.
Yeah, massive followings. So does Rift TV, by the way.
Start with Misfit Patriot. Tell us who you are, your religious affiliation, and
come on. So when you start with that line, I mean, that's a bit. He's saying that because people accuse him of being Jewish, because he's such a staunch Israel defender.
What you do and why you were invited on the show today.
Yeah, you tell me why I invited you on.
Thanks.
Whoa! Oh, I thought he was starting to look. I thought he transed a different direction. Okay, we've got Chris Chan Charleston White here as well. So this little peanut will be joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Happy to be here, of course.
Oh yeah, my handle on X, Misfit Patriot underscore. You can do Misfit Patriot on Instagram,
Red
and I do
blue
a
in the
podcast
background
called
too.
TMP Uncensored on Rumble. Religious affiliation, Christian.
Hey, cool apartment. Oh, hey, your kitchen, neat. You see this TV right here? That's worth more than your life. Also, it's directly next to my refrigerator. I live in 600 feet. There is no, I mean, this might even be a studio apartment. There's no way. I don't see a single door anywhere. I'm not sure he's allowed outside. There might not be a way for him to escape. By the way, he's literally couched between two couches here. There's not even enough room he exists in the negative space between his fake L couch he's got going on here. You can see his stove, but it's okay, guys. He bought LED lighting, so this is actually cool. This is actually a cool bachelor pad. More of a bachelorette, really. But
Raised Catholic, born Catholic, so...
That's not how that works. You're not born Catholic. They didn't confer anything on you. What, did you have some sort of immaculate conception?
Catholic Church ain't leaving me, but I pretty much just, have I don't really do the Catholic Church anymore. Just call myself a Christian. And
this sounded a little shaky. What the fuck are you exactly? And this is your intro?
The Catholic Church kicked him out because he's trans. Is what he's saying.
Also, he said the Catholic Church isn't leaving him, but he left that's like, doesn't that make you like an apostate or something? Aren't you excommunicado at that point? I think they literally have rules around this.
Yeah, I was invited on here by Sarah. We were on Piers Morgan together, and I think it's going to be
crazy. This guy got invited. I haven't seen that actually. He got invited on Piers Morgan.
Discussion.
Excellent. That's Misfit Patriot. You should follow him. His links.
Okay, I was covering it up, but look at this. Watch.
And I think it's going to be a good discussion.
Excellent.
Elijah thought that he was going to have more time. He didn't realize it was getting thrown back to him. You can see his drink going splish splash splish splash. He was like in the middle of drink. Excellent. Watch again. Watch it.
Sarah, we
watch
were
right
on
here.
Piers Morgan together, and I think it's going to be a good discussion.
Excellent. That's Misfit Patriot. You follow him.
You can hear. Oh shit! Fuck.
And of course, he's a legendary rapper, but so much more. Bryson Gray, why don't you just...
Well, I thought they were saying Misfit Patriot was a legendary rapper.
Same thing, introduce yourself.
Too, I wish.
Yeah. By the way, no, he's not. Bryson Gray, a legendary rapper?
I think it's going to be a good discussion.
Excellent. That's Misfit Patriot. You should follow him. His links are in the description. Of course, he's a legendary rapper, but so much more. Bryson Gray, why don't you do the same thing? Introduce yourself.
Yeah, he's right. He's Eminem, fucking Dr. Dre, KRS-One, Wu-Tang Clan, Bryson Gray.
affiliation, and a little bit about who you are and why you're on the show today.
I am a biblical Christian rapper. I am.
Okay. No, you're not. That's not a thing you can even be. That we got to limit the categories at this point. If you're able to get your foot in the door by just inventing, he was complaining earlier about invented terms, invented phrases. How about invented genres? You don't get to be, what was it?
And why you're on the show today.
I am a biblical Christian rapper.
A biblical Christian. So not even a Christian rapper. He had to go even more segmented than that. I think all of the Christians are biblical ones. I'm pretty sure a Bible's involved in just about all of them.
I am a Torah observant Christian, just like.
Okay. Are you sure? Yeah, Puscubes me on that one. Huh? You're a what now? You sure?
All the
Ooh, what the hi?
apostles. Another fun fact is one of the first times the term woke right was being used was to attack me when I called out the demonic calendar, which is odd because he said the other side is kosher right, and I'm somebody that actually eats kosher, so I'm neither side. So
okay, so just this was a lot of words to tell me you're a black Hebrew Israelite, but if we could just wrap it up.
That's what I figured.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Black guys are always 5 things. It's like black dudes and furries, Furries are never just a wolf. They're like a halfkin, I'm an otherkin, halfkin, scaly wolf who's part dragon. Actually, I'm 1/4 fox as well. And a black dude's like, yeah, I'm part Cherokee, but also I'm Egyptian, and my grandfather was Mozart.
And of course, down in the bottom left, John Miller. Introduce.
Okay, we don't need to know who John Miller is. He's Peanut. We call him Peanut. So let's go to they address it, the fight. All right. Bryson has a different memory of how this fight went down than Misfit Patriot does.
I feel like if we're going to use the term woke right, I think it's a gay term. And like I said,
yes. Yeah. Hell yeah. Shout out to black people. Shout out to black people. Well, we were always on the side. He did beat up Misfit Patriot, and then got his balls crushed by him, unfortunately, which might have made him into this Talmudic guy now.
And I called the conservative calendar.
He got circumcised by Misfit Patriot. So.
I think that's when I first started seeing people use the term woke right to attack me. But if we're going to use the woke right, then it has to be sort of what Mr. Patriot said, when you're pretty much copying what the left does. So I do agree with him that if you are a person that think you're a victim simply because you're white, identity politics, if it's going to be used, you are woke right. But and I'm not saying it's still a jab at you, Misfit Patriot, but I was attacked at a TPUSA conference, like sucker hit by somebody because I called homosexuality.
I was wondering, we're getting right into it.
No, it's okay. It's behind us. I just found it funny. I was talking about canceling people, and I got literally assaulted for calling homosexuality an abomination.
Okay. So that tweet was poorly written. Then I thought Misfit Patriot called his friend an abomination. Yeah. It was the other way around. Well, that makes way more sense. So Misfit Patriot was out and about with a gay friend. No questions, Your Honor. Thank you.
Behind us, but I would call that.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Could we do a respectful, go ahead. real respectful, quick? First of all, I'd like to.
Yeah, well, I definitely want to keep it respectful. You, the guy who beat the fuck out of me. Yeah, we'll just keep this respectful.
I'd like to squash this because I trolled you for so long, and I think that I trolled.
Haha, you got trolled as his head's getting beaten into the dirt.
I think that it's awesome when you have a conversation. Finally, I didn't know you were going to be on here. I did.
See, again, this was all a setup. This was all a setup to make this guy into a bigger lolcow, to get his name out there further. They didn't tell him that the dude that beat the shit out of him was going to be on the podcast. That's like a move I would do.
I did get drunk and I slapped Bryson, right? It was a very stupid, childish.
Really? Oh, now it's a slap.
He just came up to him at TPUSA.
Well, it was,
and then ran.
No, hey, let's be honest.
You mean you trolled him? You trolled him, really? You trolled him with the back of your hand.
They
you had
wrestled
like
in the gravel.
I'm being honest.
let's be honest. You had
everybody
four
will
that
admit this.
you had four people that were trying to dogpile me. So anybody who's smart will
What?
get out of that situation.
No,
Dude, where were those guys? There
That's
was
not true.
there was one guy filming. I saw one guy observing from far away. Nobody seemed to want to walk on the gravel. So I don't know where these other dudes are.
No, Mr. Patriot, they were all trying to stop me from running towards you. And then
Yeah, but they were all your friends. I was by myself. Okay.
No, I didn't know. I didn't know.
You
I was
hit
by
him.
myself.
Okay, but you hit him. So what? You hit him. That's a choice you made. This is something we got to start understanding and respecting again as a society. A dude's bigger than you. Don't pick a fight with him. He is in charge of you. Okay, the biggest guy, strongest guy is in charge. Similarly, the guy with the most big friends who can beat the fuck out of you is in charge. Even if he himself is tiny, if he is surrounded by his big, strong friends who are ready to hit, you probably shouldn't hit him.
No, any of them. This is my first time meeting half of them, to be honest with you.
Wait, which one of you won that fight in the gravel?
Well, good question. I would say, me personally, I'm going to go with the guy who was beating the fuck out of the other guy's head like it was nothing.
It was an even fight. He punched.
Are you kidding? Wow. This dude is delusional.
He punched my face, I grabbed his balls.
Yeah, hey, that's 1 for 1. Tit for tat. You know, it's like Hammurabi's code, an eye for a ball.
So I punched him once. He got on top of me.
They're both balls. Eyeball, ball.
I flipped it and he ran away. So
he flipped it, he calls it. He flipped it.
Because he said I kicked him in the balls.
Okay, listen, it's funny because it passed, but this is all.
It's on video. You ran away. It's on
video. This is all on video.
You ran away.
He ran after beating your head into the ground. Even without the balls kick. If he had just beat the fuck out of your head 3 times and then ran away, he wins. That's a nice thing that you should be going, thank you so much for running away. Ouch.
You ran away. It's on video.
Mr. Patriot, can I just recap what actually happened that everybody can see on video?
You can give your version. I think we're spending too much time on it, but it's
I can't give. Okay, just a quick response.
Go.
I had to walk probably like 30 minutes to meet wherever he wanted us to meet. Like I follow all his rules. His friend said.
So Misfit Patriot was like, meet me at the old quarry, the rickety gravel fucking field. Like completely out of the way. Just some random gravel place to go. Why there? That must be where he meets up with the guys from Grindr.
No dirty fighting. Literally what his friend said. No dirty fighting. And if somebody clearly has the upper hand, then just stop because nobody wants to go to prison or something like that out here. So when we got there, he was in the gravel, and I said, why not fight in the street or grass? And he said he was drunk, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He said he started screaming at me, no, we're fighting in the gravel. And I'm like, bro, this is silly. If you've ever been in a fight before, this just doesn't make any rational sense to fight in gravel.
Wow.
Man, you know what? I think what it is back before Misfit Patriot was a guy, he probably read Lena Dunham's book, found out she used to shove pebbles up her sister's pussy. He thought, that's the move. I'm going to try that on Bryson.
The street was very well lit in a residential area. I wanted to fight.
Well lit. We saw the video. It was not well lit. You were in a weird, dark gravel pit. I mean, what else do you even call that?
Fight somewhere people wouldn't call the cops on us, so I picked a field, and I looked at the field on Google Maps. I did not know it was a gravel field, which is the reason why that fight was so sloppy.
What if God promised him the field 3,000 years ago? So we had to fight them, right?
Hey, Bryson, you know what? By the way, you son of a gun, you're not.
Whoa! There's fighting words. Watch out, buddy. Are you sure?
Not supposed to hit people when they hit you back. You're not supposed to turn the other cheek. You came at me after. You bad Christian.
No, biblically, fun fact, the Bible actually says if a woman tries to stop 2 men from fighting by kicking one in the balls, then that's a sin. Fun fact.
He called him a fucking woman.
Cat fight.
Hell yeah. I don't know anything about this Bryson Gray fella, but I do know that I'm 100% behind every action he takes from here on out.
Wait, where does the Bible say that?
Yeah, look it up. I promise. I can't think of the verse.
You know what, Ben? How about
it's the videos of Deuteronomy? But hold
how
on,
about we do this? Let's just squash it right here. Let's be friends.
Bro,
and
listen,
let's just squash it and not watch the video. Too bad.
It's behind me. The only thing I will say is I hit you 3 times and you did kick me in my balls. And then you admitted you did it in the video, and then you said it's a street fight.
Yeah, so that was him. That's awesome. This is a 100% a gay man, not an FTM. What the fuck's the difference?
Kicking you in the balls, man. It's
you
never happened.
No, listen. In the video, you
nobody can fake that type of. Oh, I just got kicked in the like he. You could tell. You know if it was.
Oh, my balls.
Yeah. Why he was
100%.
winning? Who fakes being hit in the balls while they're winning? By the way,
you say it's a street fight. I don't care. I'll do it again. Like you said. That
I said.
There's a lot of zest happening. They're right. Guys, along with crashing out, we're now calling guys zesty. Okay, I actually do like the zesty. I'm going to admit it. I like zesty as a term. That's a funny term to call gay people. You ever see those?
Okay.
You ever see the videos? I'm not a video game guy, but I occasionally get recommended these videos of a dude trolling people in GTA. It's a white guy. And apparently, I had no idea, but apparently black people also do role playing, RPing. I thought the only type of RPing that black people did was
RAPing.
RAPing.
Grand Theft Auto Online is like paintball for black people now.
Yeah, it's crazy. You think that that's like a nerd white thing is to role play, but black people go on GTA online and pretend they're in gangs. It's crazy. It's so insane. But the way they do it, it's like, they're still, even though they're doing this gay nerd hobby, they're still black people. So like it's the exact same attitude. Like it's not really role playing. They kind of are just being themselves, but in GTA. And this white dude goes on there, and then he's got ways of hacking the game and stuff where he'll fake. You can take photos, and there's like a whole fake Twitter and stuff in GTA, I guess. And you can take these photos and upload them of a guy, and he'll like fake these pictures of someone, or just a random dude playing the game, but looking gay, like with his pants down around his ankles, walking gay and sucking off or like kissing. I'm not kidding. He like photoshops him like kissing a guy in the game. The guy in the game kissing another guy in the game. And then he's like, yo, and he does like a really good black guy voice, but you can tell he's white, and they can always tell he's white too. But he goes up and he'll like, the guy will be hanging out with all of his friends in the game, doing the role playing thing, acting like they're in a gang. He's like, hey, yo, man, are you DJ? And the guy will be like, yeah. And he'll be like, yeah, how come I found this picture of you getting zesty with another guy? He always calls it getting zesty. That's how I learned this term. I'm an old man. He's like, how come there's this picture of you on Twitter getting zesty with your boy, Dre over there? And then it's like, it's on. It's a fight. It's a big fight. Like, that's the worst thing you could ever do, is call a guy zesty and then show proof of it. And of course, the real problem is all these guys are on the down low. These black guys are all gay guys secretly on the down low. Right, Greg?
Fuck you, man.
What? Well, what about Kanye? He turned out,
so-and-so.
Well, Kanye sucked off his cousin until he was 14 or something.
It was a joke, man. It was a joke. He said it was a joke.
It is funny. But here's the thing is, what happens is black dudes, everybody makes this observation, obviously, that, black guys don't grow up with their dad. But what happens is you don't grow up with a dad, you grow up to be your mom. A normal guy grows up to become his dad. You have you have a lot of similarities with your, except for Dirk. But you know, Dirk's dad's way cooler than fucking Dirk. Dirk's dad gets laid
100%.
and shit. Yeah, 100%. It's not even close. But for every other normal white man, normal, I call it, he grows up with a dad, and then he sort of slowly morphs into his dad, whether he wants to be or not. And that's how it works. The same thing is true when you don't grow up with a dad. You just become your mom. And so the reason all black dudes are fucking zesty and on the DL is because they're a woman. Why do you think they're into clothing and shoes and jewelry and getting their hair done? I mean, this is what happens when you don't have a dad. You become the mom. And what do all their moms? Their moms are fucking every guy they can find. There's a new dude walking in and out of their lives every other day. So then when they grow up, there's a new dude walking in and out of their lives every other day. So black guys are all zesty is all I'm saying. Including Greg. Greg, did you have a dad?
Yes, my parents are still married, bitch. Fuck you.
Okay, well, that explains why you're here at Pod Awful. But your dad, did your dad have a dad?
With all you cretins.
Did your dad have a dad, though? Because
yes.
Your dad might be gay.
They're also still married.
Okay, so wait, your grandparents are alive?
Yes.
And they're not 35 years old?
No.
Okay.
My parents are.
Your parents probably are.
I put my foot on your thigh. If you look, I used to train a little bit of Brazilian jiu-jitsu. When somebody's in a
what? What? I used to train a little bit of Brazilian jiu-jitsu. You can't do a little bit. That's a lie. You know a guy's lying when he like backs off slightly that way. I used to do a little. I used to train a little bit. What? You watched a Joe Rogan video? What does that mean? You trained a little bit. You either learned it or you didn't. Or you quit like one day in. You did the classic, I'm 11. I begged my parents to take martial arts classes. I go to one class and I give up because I didn't instantly break a board in half. Like, you did not do that. We all know you're fucking lying. And I'll tell you how I really know he's lying. I saw him fight. He's now trying to make the argument that the reason he was on the ground was he was doing jujitsu moves. By the way, jujitsu's fake. Okay? That's not a real type of fighting. You know, the only way jujitsu works is if the other guy agrees that you should both be on the ground. Otherwise, you're just sitting there like a turtle on his back waiting for a guy to let you take him. You know?
You put your foot on their thigh, which is where I put my foot.
Yeah, I learned a little bit of capoeira. Just a little bit. I can do like a few butterfly dance moves at you that will really destroy you. BBL, not BBJ, not BJJ, someone says.
But you immediately go, my bowels, and you ran away. I said,
well, you kicked him in his bowels. I think that might be why. Although I didn't know it was a kick. I thought he grabbed them. I thought he was trying to get them for himself.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Mine.
And then I told you, hey, I don't know who lied to you. I don't know who lied to you about these rules. These rules.
Yeah, I studied a little bit of Krav Maga. Just the part where I learned the Talmud. But
it was your friend that gave the rules.
He is a lying son of a bitch because I told him as soon as he shows up, it's on site, and I don't have rules in street fights.
He said he
that's
talked
a street
to you.
fight.
He said no.
Oh, well, that's good to know that you don't have rules.
He said he talked to you. He said no dirty
Well,
fight.
they wanted us to fight. That's
then why didn't you just pick up the rocks and huck him at his fucking head instantly?
Yeah.
No
Let's
rules.
just shoot him.
Yeah, shoot him. Kill him. Pretend he ding dong ditched you. There's no rules. It's fucking Outback Steakhouse here in the gravel pit.
Let me ask you guys. Let me play this real fast. I think I have the video here. We'll just let the.
Oh shit.
Oh, he kind of got
Yeah, the look on Misfit's face when they go, we're going to the video on this one. Okay, here we go.
Audience decided, then we'll squash it.
Yeah, look at that. Ooh, look at that. Here, hang on a second. Let me zoom in here so you can really see this. Roll that back.
Play us real fast. I think I have the video here. We'll just let the.
Okay, now watch this. He's going to do a little chuckle, and then his face will do a full-on grimace that he has to fight to hide.
Audience decided, then we'll squash it.
Ooh, what is that? Look at that face.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
This is what happened.
Yeah.
This is what happened. This was unfortunately the worst thing to happen since October 7th.
It was an awful fight.
Check this out. Here we go.
Yeah, now you hear him. Now, it was an awful fight. Well, why? What's awful about it? There's no rules. Anything is a fight in your world. By the way, with 93% of the vote right now, 272 votes, Misfit Patriot is a female to male troon. And there's still time. If Misfit Patriot wants to call in and join the discussion on this and respond to any of this, she's welcome.
That gravel sucked.
You hear Misfit Patriot? That gravel sucked. You picked the gravel. Bryson was even like, let's just walk over here to the grass. And he was apparently, no.
Oh, this is hard to watch.
This is hard to watch.
All right, there's the punch. Boom.
There's the... Okay, so Misfit Patriot's going to try to make it seem like he's winning. There's the punch. Boom. Now, what really happened there is he swung, missed, and Bryson slipped on gravel and fell.
Hit me at all.
Bryson says he didn't hit me at all. Now he's talking about it. Then, check this out.
And I slipped. There's one punch.
Two
missed. You missed.
Three punches.
You missed? We have eyes! You can't miss. If he missed, he'd be punching rocks. He'd be like, oh, ow, 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 which he's about to be, but it's about his rocks, not the other rocks.
Missed again.
What?
Ow, my balls. Ow, my balls.
Okay,
and then you ran away.
No. First off, I got up because
slow the video down. You hit me one time.
One time.
Okay, then that's even. Then, well, no, it's not because you kicked him in the balls, actually. But
one time, slow the video down.
Listen.
I promise. On hand to God, you hit me one time right when I fell down.
Hand to God, says the man who is Catholic but doesn't go to church and
anybody can watch this.
Also, 100% support to Israel. Hand to God.
You want to think that's fine. But I do want to make another point. Since I knew we were fighting on gravel, and I knew that was like that kind of slow. If y'all notice, I didn't even throw a punch for the first 15 seconds because I knew that this is dumb. So I'm just letting him punch and back because I box for real. So I'm backing up, just letting him punch me. But then
this is also a coat, by the way. I mean, this is silly.
I'm gonna give you one piece of credit. If you would have got me with that suplex, I thought you would have won the fight. When you actually attempted
I shouldn't have tried it. I shouldn't have tried it though.
It was a bad attempt because we was on gravel and I just pushed forward. I have fight.
Let me jump in here and say this real fast.
Over.
So I'd say I'm ordering this beef officially squashed. I've been in this industry for a very long time.
What industry? What industry is the industry where an FTM fights some gay guy, some other gay guy on rocks? What are you talking about?
People write very, very, very mean things. People hit me. I've been, had my skull cracked. I've been, punched in the face.
Well, that explains some stuff, actually.
By some very, very educated engineers, scholars, and astronauts in this country. So I'm very aware. Sometimes you just got to let it all go. So I'm going to absolve you guys. There's a new pope in office. So you guys.
Okay, great. So let's go to our next time code here. This is fun. Actually, we'll take this off the big board and let's bring it back over here for a second. So I've got, now this is funny. Every single time we watch one of these stupid Elijah Schaffer streams, what the fuck? Why is it refreshing?
Hear his answer.
Okay. Every single time we watch one of these, you have to deal with the worst ads of all time. I couldn't believe this. Elijah interrupts the flow, the fun of the whole thing to do this ad and reveal something very personal about himself. And this might explain why he invited Misfit Patriot on the show.
Don't forget to pick up a bottle of Man's Edge and also of IGF.
Are you the kind of man who wants to edge?
If Man's Edge was a pill that you swallowed in order to get $1 million, I would not be able to buy it simply based on name alone.
Addiction. I really want to hear his answer. Don't forget to pick up a bottle of Man's Edge and also of IGF-1. Now, these are amazing testosterone boosters. You guys know that I've been, myself, I went and got my blood tested. I found out I had like about 804 in testosterone, which is considered fine today, but that's about half the levels of what men had just 75 years ago. And
okay, so Elijah is low T.
Oh, he's a troon too, taking more T.
I mean, you can hear he's lispy. He's got the gay voice. There's a part of me, though, the conspiratorial part of me says that they scheduled this ad read specifically for Misfit Patriot being on the program.
Of course.
This is meant, he's actually targeting this to Misfit Patriot. He's like, yeah, I'm low T too. I mean, look, obviously we're both, you know. So.
And I found out I didn't have a lot
Man's
of
Edge.
free testosterone. So I started working on.
Hey, it sounded like this testosterone is not free. I'm saving up to 50%.
Upping my T levels, changing my diet, changing my exercise, and supplementing using.
Yeah, actually, I'm good. I've got a bathtub at home.
This, which of course has like fenugreek, NO2,
Oh shit, it's got fenugreek. So now I'm going to have eyeliner eyes.
F1, and other types of pills that usually you would take that could up your testosterone by 46%. However, the creators of Man's Edge realized that your digestive tract.
So a lot, you know, when you get these companies to do these sponsorships, you have to kind of pitch your show to them to a degree. You have to say like, or they're part, the companies will be part of a network that finds places to advertise the stuff, right? So what you do is you go to that network and you pitch your show, and they find you the products to sell on your show. So Elijah went there and said, yeah, like I go on and I talk about like all the cool like right-wing stuff. And they were like, yeah, we've got the product. Have you, so your listeners have low T, right? Here you go. Can you sell Man's Edge? He's like, I've been doing that forever. I've been in this business a long time.
Is actually breaking down the majority of the active ingredients. So what he did is he had a patented liposomal delivery system, which is a carbon.
Oh shit, a patented one.
Oh,
okay. Oh, so this isn't your grandpa's unpatented liposomal delivery system. This is real high T liposomal. Okay? This is the kind, you can't even get patents for this in some places, but they found a way, these guys at Man's Edge.
Based delivery system, and now you dip it under your tongue. It goes right into your bloodstream.
So it's perfect. You just open up your mouth, get your gullet nice and open, and let Man's Edge inside. You're used to that. So order some today. Okay, anyway, so I just thought that was a nice little aside. Let's go to this. Let's really dig deep into Misfit Patriots Zionism. We haven't really touched a lot on that.
It's exactly how we ended up with the Holocaust. That's where I actually...
Whoa.
Excuse me.
Whoa. Okay.
we got somewhere.
In that regard, I don't fit into that little clique, and I call up
the clique of the Holocaust. I think you might. Let me see you in some striped pajamas. See what's going on.
Own side. I say that these anti-Semitism laws that they're trying to push through the Trump administration, they're stupid. You don't silence speech. Like that's ridiculous. Right? So.
He almost said retarded.
He couldn't even say retarded.
Silenced his own speech in the middle of that. You don't say that. That's ridiculous. Help!
Stop free speech.
Help! He said retarded in one of his tweets earlier. I noticed. I was reading the tweet earlier. I was like, oh, wait a second. He does say retarded. I don't know why he censored himself here.
I am kind of in alignment with a lot of the people that disagree with me in that regard. I don't have this this loyalty to another nation. I'm America
I don't know
first.
why it's freezing up. God damn this fucking thing, man.
Like that's ridiculous, right? So I am kind of in alignment with a lot of the people that disagree with me in that regard. I don't have this this loyalty to another nation.
Is that retard?
I'm America first. I'm a constitutionalist.
Yeah, thought he was woke, right?
Free speech. So if you want to hate Jews and if you want to make a sign that says F the Jews and Dave Portnoy's bark, go ahead. You should still be fired for it.
Okay, I feel like you're kind of
okay.
Downplaying your Zionism a little bit though, because I mean I've seen you post.
Yeah, I feel that way too. I don't know anything about it, but I do feel that way.
I've seen you post things Like,
all right, this is where it gets good. I've been teasing this all night. Listen to this.
you've been saying things like, I don't care how many children die. None of us actually care about the kids dying.
I never
like,
said that.
That is pretty. Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. I said I'm okay with as many dead
Oh, you're
children as it
okay
takes.
with as many children dying.
Yeah, the same way. The same way.
That's pretty.
Same thing.
I'm okay with as many dead children as it takes is his rebuttal to this.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all I said. Same.
The same way I'm okay with as many dead German children in operation.
Oh, well, this is starting to sound better. Yo, you're not a Zionist now. You're definitely not a Zionist if you say something like that about why German? Any particular reason?
Operation Gomorrah, when they dropped 9,000 tons of bombs on Hamburg, Germany.
Okay, whatever. Read it with your fucking Marvel Comics nonsense.
It's a war. You should be okay with it. We shouldn't be sitting there with this virtue signaling, oh my God, this is the only time in history that civilians have died in a conflict, and I'm only going to be upset about this one. I'm not upset about the Uyghurs. I'm not upset about the Christians in the Congo.
Well, listen, I'm not upset about the Uyghurs. I mean, who cares? So a bunch of trailer parks lose their kids. Who gives a fuck?
Getting slaughtered. I'm not upset about where the
Bye, Mersh.
Is your St. Jude's children.
Oh, so they do it to him again. Again, this is entirely a troll on Misfit Patriot. They've got his fight video ready. They've got this tweet ready to go. Listen to this.
Researcher.
Okay, but the difference is no one's actually defending people dying in the Congo. Like, but there are people actually defending like kids getting bombed in Gaza, so that's the reason people get upset about it.
But they're also not fawning this fake outrage that I'm seeing constantly about the innocent Palestinian children Israel is doing.
Those children aren't innocent. Ask Ela Klein. Kill them. If you don't slit every single one of their throats, they're all going to grow up to be Palestine Hitler.
What every other country has done in any conflict when they get attacked.
There's no such thing as an innocent Palestinian child. We all know it, okay?
Yep.
Otherwise, why would the Iron Dome shoot missiles at them?
They're fighting back. Hamas is standing behind children, hiding their weapons in hospitals.
What are you gonna say that that's wrong for Israel to do? Because God disagrees. That they're the chosen people. You're saying they're making a mistake? Okay, well, try saying that with inside the boundaries of this wire we put up around your city.
And hiding their military installations in schools.
Okay, so I called you out for a second. You immediately start defending like radical Zionism and stuff. So this is what I'm saying. I'm just like making a point. Like you're kind of like downplaying your Zionism a bit.
I'm not downplaying it. It's a theological Zionism. It's a mandate.
Can I read the tweet real?
Ooh, a mandate. Elijah's in. Just takes a man edge.
Fast. I just want to read the tweet because this was pretty crazy. And by the way,
the context, by the way, for this,
why is it fucking freezing like that? It's driving me nuts. I gotta try to refresh and get this back on track here. My apologies. 3609. 30. So we're gonna get this fixed, guys. We are.
For this is also it's in response to a question. So please. That's
okay.
important.
Yeah. I'll read that too. But just to clarify for future debates, guys. No point do I ever bring up people's personal lives or things that are private. Only things that they.
Oh yeah, I didn't play this at the beginning, but there's this. He does this huge spiel at the beginning of the show, Elijah, about how okay, you can do personal attacks or whatever for fun, but don't start doxing and I mean, he goes on and on about the rules of what's okay, what's allowed, and what's not. Now he's starting to kind of repeat himself here with it.
They've posted, and also one thing that's off limits because people will criticize the debate after, even if something's public.
It's still doing the fucking freezing thing. I don't know if that's the browser, if it's YouTube, if it's me. I have no clue what's going on.
About someone's life, but they didn't.
Let me actually try this. I'm gonna try one more thing here. Throw this on a different screen. See if it's just some weird fucking bug with the screen.
Release it themselves. We don't bring that stuff up on debates, and that's just because people criticize things. So with Misfit, people can say that about him, Bryson, or Sarah, or John, but that's not the goal of these debates, is to get at their personal lives or the drama. So listen to this.
Okay, so with that said, here's the embarrassing tweet that he wrote.
He tweeted this on sometime. He said, "I'm okay with as many dead kids as it takes to stop Hamas."
That's quite an opener. That's the way to open up a tweet.
You people sound
Death is based.
That's what we call an icebreaker. You go up to a lady at a bar, you say something like that.
Sound like woke leftists trying to make an emotional argument so you can argue from a position of moral superiority. You might as well put a rainbow flag and pronouns in your bio.
Yeah, you might as well. I might as well. Me, Misfit Patriot. I might as well. Why wouldn't I? Ha! I'm trolling you. Actually, I got you. I'm gay.
If you try to emotionally blackmail me, I will pull your card. Literally every single Palestinian can
Whoa! Don't pull my card.
Die
if pull my finger.
That's what it takes to save Israel.
Whoa, wait, what?
Card. Literally every single Palestinian can die if that's what it takes to save Israel. How many kids were in Sodom and Gomorrah? God didn't give a about how many because the number of people who were righteous was 0. What about the firstborn of the children in Egypt? How many children died in Hiroshima and Nagasaki?
Damn.
All of them. That's my acceptable cost.
By the way, I love this is like, he's gonna die on this hill. He cannot back down from it. He's that type of guy where he cannot say he made a mistake. So he's gonna die on this hill. But he used fucking Hiroshima and Nagasaki, which even Americans at the time were like, okay, I think we went a little far with that. Well, that kind of, maybe we shouldn't. I know it ended the war, but maybe we shouldn't have. Even the guy who invented the bomb started fucking quoting Indian people the second he saw that. Imagine your first thought after killing innocent Japanese children is the thoughts of a dirty, sex-brained, poop-eating Indian. So, anyway.
Palestinians raped and murdered 1,200 innocent people, took Americans hostage, them. And
now I am become Israel, destroyer of worlds.
Their whole bloodline. You fucking don't give a fuck about all the tragedies of the world until it's the people who chant death to America. Fuck them and fuck you too. By the way,
why is this such a big deal for you? You're not Jewish, supposedly. You don't live in Israel. Like, who cares? Why do you like all of this and even think about it this much?
In response to this, Cernovich said, yes, Dave Smith frustrates them because he will meet them where they are. You said killing kids is acceptable. How many dead kids are you okay with? They panic. Asking such questions is against the rules. You're supposed to let everyone repeat cliches back and forth. Okay, what do you mean by that, Misfit? Because I want to hear you.
Okay, so now what?
Explain yourself.
Yeah, go ahead. Introduce yourself again, by the way.
And John's response to that, too, and Sarah's.
What I mean by pull your card is this is a tap.
Yeah, that wasn't the question. The pull your card wasn't the most egregious part.
Nice try, bud.
Of that tweet. I don't fully understand the phrase, I'll be honest. Not 100% sure where you were going with that one. But my bigger question lies in the obsession with dead children part of the tweet.
Tactic that people like Dave Smith and Chernovic use, where they just keep on.
Chernovic. He thinks that Cernovich's name is Chernovic.
Chernovic.
Tell me you're new to the Christian conservative grift without telling me.
This struggle session where it's like, how many kids are you okay with?
Yeah, he was thinking about Chernobyl. He was like, every kid should have died in Chernobyl.
How many kids? And I'll pull your card. I'll just say all of them, right? Like, because honestly, I'm okay with it. It's
what I like, actually. So I'm into it.
My country, I have no connection to those people. I don't have a religious mandate from God.
Wait, is Israel your country?
Israel, I have a religious mandate from God to bless those people, and they are not Palestinians. So no, I have no emotional connection to the children of Palestine.
And this is, I love it. I love getting to watch a debate where I'm not on a side, where everyone involved is, I'm above it, and I don't give a fuck. Sitting here listening to these retards chirp at each other about their gay pretend nonsense and who loves the Jewish guy the most. This is the thing, is like, hey, congrats, retard. You worship a Jewish man. They got ya. Not to Adam Green myself too much here. Friend of the show, Adam Green. No more news. But You're worshiping a Jewish man. You guys can't stop admitting this. Okay? You're silly. You're silly, and they got you. Oh, actually, we're the most important people ever. God said so. And you're like, yes. Kill children. You have to kill the children. The Jewish man died for me. Kill the children. Retards. Silly fucking retards. Love it. They're about to have a meltdown about who's the most Catholic. By the way, I don't care. I don't care which one of you it is. Because whoever it is, you're just the guy that worships the Jewish man the most. Okay? Every single one of you has a rabbi. His name, Jesus the Christ. And nobody argues this. Nobody says that's not the case. That's the case. It's in the book. It's in your little book. Jewish people tricked you. They went, here's our Torah, and now here's some fan fiction we wrote to get you disgusting Gentiles to believe that we're the best. And you went, okay. Okay. It takes like 1 second of looking into any of this shit to realize how duped you are as a Christian. Fucking every single dude that appears on some shitty show like this, their whole thing is we're being psyoped by Jewish people. But that line is drawn in the fucking Israeli sand every single time, stop short right at Christianity. Nah, that one's real. Didn't get us there. I thought it was them every time. I thought they were behind everything. Shouldn't you be a little concerned? Well, I mean, you could probably convince all these guys that Islam is a Jewish trick. You could probably go like, oh yeah, see, they couldn't see there was the Muslims. They wanted Israel back, and there's all these they weren't Muslims at the time, obviously, but there's all these Arabs in the area that are against Judaism, and they weren't buying it, so we invented Islam, which is a branch off of Judaism, by the way. We invented that for them to believe so we can try to, make things work out in our favor. You could get any of these guys to believe that, but the second you try to say that about their little thing, their little club, it's over. They're out at that point. They can't handle it. Nobody can handle this thought. You can't even entertain it for a second, which makes you the same guy as when you say, well, they do control all the banks and the media, and someone's like, oh, please. And that's their entire response. They're asking Grok, excuse me, hey, at Grok, are you sure that do Jews control every single bank and piece of media? And then Grok finds one example where they don't, and they're like, nope. No, it says here, according to Snopes, no. And then you go, thank you. That's you. But with Christianity. That's what it is. That's what it is. Sorry. It's all nonsense. What are you, retarded? What are you, ridiculous? I mean, come on. I don't even want to talk about this. I really don't. I don't give a shit. But the next parts of this are going to be so difficult for me. I'm going to be sitting here dying, laughing my head off at this silly little nothing argument. It's just you might as well be telling me which Power Ranger could beat up the other Power Rangers. That's how much any of this matters. You're just picking your favorite color at this point. It's whichever dinosaur you like the most. Except you don't believe in dinosaurs. Oh my God. Listen, I can't deal with this. I know that this whole LARP These are all, by the way, every single one of these people is just faking it. But these people are the ones, sadly, that convince you guys watching this that these are real options for the way that you think in the world. I've sat here too many times and watched this gay culture war, a war that, much like troons, stops existing when you touch grass. It just goes away. Nobody's getting hoodooed in the 7-Eleven by a culture warrior. Okay? You've never once walked into 7-Eleven to get your Slurpee and, you know, a guy who's minusculely different than you in your belief system is sitting there fighting you with facts and logic about it inside the 7-Eleven. So
debate me, bro.
This fucking culture war shit has tricked so many people into this archaic, retard, caveman way of thinking. And I'm so done with it. People that I know are smarter than this. See, I don't think you're stupid. It's a trick. You got tricked. Anybody can be tricked. Dumb. It's actually easier in some ways to trick smart people. It really is. I don't think less of anybody when I say this shit. I really do not. You've been tricked. They teach you. These freaks, who you think you're smarter than, by the way, but they have tricked you. These freaks have conflated in your mind your natural and obvious opinions about reality and about who you're the most mad at when it comes to lying to you. Because that's what this really is. That's what like a lot of this really is you're sick of being lied to and being spat on by freaks and losers. And that's true of every side, by the way. That's true of anybody. It doesn't matter where you lie, where you are on the fucking Punnett square of whatever, of politics or whatever we're even talking about here. Every single person, right, left, center, above, below, as above, so below, 33rd degree, Masonic, Jewish, whatever you are. Every single person. It's not even that we're at a point now where it's not that you believe a thing, it's that you hate another thing. And it's because you're tired of getting shit on and spit on and lied to about it. And I, as somebody who's not really part of any of these things, still fully understand that. I'm with you on that. And what these freaks, what losers, like this female to male troon, that you instantly know is a liar and a grifter, and there's something wrong with him. As if he's any different than any of the other ones, though. There's not a based one. Based isn't real. That's not a thing. There's not a guy who's on, oh, this is my guy. He's our guy. Our guy. That does not exist, and you know it. But you're tired, and you want somebody on your fucking side. And what they've done is they've conflated your feelings that you know innately with religion. And Jewish people do this too, by the way. I'm not just talking about Christians. Muslims are doing this now. Fuck, they all do it. They all do it. They all need you, and it's the easiest way. And that's always been the case. But they need you to, look, there's already a system, and with religions, with any religion, there's already a system and a group and a meeting place in place. It's the easiest way to, round you up and cull you and get you in the camp. A religious institution is a concentration camp for the fooled. Except for synagogues, by the way. Those are not.
Yeah, they're cool. Yeah.
Just to be clear, these places are, I mean, you might as well tell me that you go to the Magic Castle and that's where you go to worship and your God is David Copperfield. That would make just as much sense to me as a guy. You've been and it'd be cooler. David Copperfield fucks. Okay, he fucked Claudia Schiffer. You ever see him do his portal trick? Pretty cool. He thinks with portals. So, is he Jewish? Probably. Copper? His name. He got copper in his name.
You'd think so.
I assume he stole that name from the book. Point is, you've been tricked into a conflation. And I'm not, forget if whether or not it's even true. Okay? That doesn't matter here. That with what I'm saying, this particular thing I'm saying about this, if you know, maybe, yeah, yours is the right one. Yours is not just the right religion, it's the right particular sect of that religion, and then your interpretation of those ideas is the right one. You did it, buddy. You nailed it. You're going to heaven, and everyone else is going to fucking hell. Yay! But anyway, forget about whether or not it's real. This has all been a trick. You have been trolled. You just go into the fucking flames. It's not about whether it's real or not. It's about a conflation of ideas. These culture war things have nothing to do with the religion shit. You know? And I've seen too many people that I know are smart get fooled by this. Too many people who I know already had a good handle and the right idea on the way the world works, and because they're mad, because they fucking got you, because you got triggered. Triggered you much, fellow Redditor? Because you got triggered, you decided that you need to really stick it. It's like a fucking teenager with their parents rebelling, trying to rebel. Actually, I'm the most Catholic guy of all time. Suck it, mom and dad. I'm Catholic. So it's stupid. It's pathetic. And again, maybe Catholicism's real and I'm wrong. But maybe, but one don't got shit to do with the other. These are separate entities. You know how I know? Because Catholicism and all these stupid religions already existed for fucking hundreds of years, thousands sometimes. So there's no way these modern problems that you're pissed about are involved. They're unrelated. And I know people are probably mad. I'm not even going to look at the chat right now. There's some guys going to be huffing and puffing and fuming over this idea and going, no, Jesse, because it is Satan. It's like, that's how they get you. That's how they tricked you. You're proving the point. They've got you. Oh, Satan's a gay guy. That's why there's gay stuff. It's like, well, then why wasn't there gay stuff for fucking 2,000 years before that? Where was Satan then? He didn't learn about sucking cock until 80 years ago. He just figured this out. He's like, oh my God, wait a second. Hang on a second. Oh, wait. Oh, fuck. I'm about to trick the whole world on this one. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was only just now figuring out how sucking cock works. What the hell was going on in Gomorrah? So, Gomorrah me, Gomorrah you. That's all. That's all. You have to, even if you want to believe in this stuff, and it's a thing you want, it's not, you don't just naturally do it. But even if you want to believe in this stuff, fine. You gotta back up. Okay? Listen, do I have thoughts and opinions and ideas and feelings about shit like this dumb Israel stuff? Sure, of course I do. Of course I do. It doesn't matter to me. If I never heard about it again, I wouldn't give a fuck. The only reason I know Israel exists is because I go on the internet all day. So, you know what doesn't exist outside Israel? It doesn't seem possible. But
more like isn't real.
You know, yes. Hey, we all have hopes and dreams. But, I mean, you see these things where it's like, oh, the college campuses, they're rioting over Palestine and there's a clash going. But have you seen that? Or did you just see it on Twitter? Have you actually seen any of this? Like, yeah, you might have seen somebody waving a fucking Palestinian flag or something, right? But you never saw someone go and snatch it or burn it. You never saw the fight. It's not fucking anything. It ain't real. You're allowed to have opinions on it. You're allowed to have feelings about it. How could you not? You know the parts where it does affect you, and you're not allowed to talk about them. And you're mad about it. And your way, a lot of people's way of solving their problem with their feelings about how a certain group of Zionists are seemingly in control of their freedoms, their way of solving that issue is to worship a Jewish guy. That's all I'm saying is give it some thought. Don't jump head first in. Maybe pump the brakes just a little bit.
Sleep on it, bud.
Sleep on it. Yeah, give it a night. Give it just one good night. Don't say prayers before you go to sleep. See if anything changes. Okay? I've never seen, not one time have I ever seen somebody forget to do their prayers, and then when they wake up the next day, they're like a toe-tapping gay guy wearing clown suit and a tutu, sucking off every dude they see on the street, and now they're pro-Israel. It's never happened. All right? But maybe it should.
Palestine. And
so,
I don't,
wait.
That does not mean that I don't.
But you are saying then that you do have an emotional connection to the people of Israel. I don't really have an emotional connection to either, so I'm able to look at this logically and just say, okay, I think they're killing too many kids. But then you're trying to say that me calling out, what does that have to do with anything?
Genesis 12:3. If you
Yeah.
don't,
boom, gotcha.
You're a Genesis.
You're a genicide.
Understand that.
Yeah. So
what is Genesis
Catholic?
12:3?
No, so Catholics.
I think that's the one you could play Sonic the Hedgehog on.
Believe that Israel is like now the church. We don't believe that there's like a special.
You're talking about replacement theology. Orthodox really believes that.
Can I chime in?
Catholics.
Yeah, go ahead. Jump in.
Bryson.
No.
I just want to say something from a biblical perspective.
So he just threw some shit out there. He didn't even know what he was talking about because he's a pretend Catholic guy, and then he gets caught in that, and he knows he's about to get caught in that, and so he's like, "Yeah, no, let the other guy talk." Actually, yeah, I'll hear what he has to say. But unfortunately, Bryson is the most like he knows every line of the Bible. You know, he eats kosher for crying out loud. So,
Misfit Patriot is right and wrong.
Okay, well, that's another way of saying wrong.
But if you read Romans 9, 10, and 11, that just flats out debunk like there's a new Israel in replacement, but salvation did come to the Gentiles because the children of Israel were being disobedient. So Paul says verbatim between Romans 9 and 11 that
9/11.
The salvation came to the Gentiles to make the Jews jealous so that the remnant of Israel will still come back into the fold.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Oh, neat. So I got to care about this forever? Okay.
Matter of fact, if you read Romans
9,
10, and 11, it literally tells the Gentiles who got grafted into the...
Hey, how about this? You call me Gentile again, and I'm not going to be so gentle about it. All right? I'm tired of being a Gentile. I'm tired of being Goyim. Knock that shit off. The second you're using their terms, they win. I don't hear you. By the way, actually, he keeps saying woke right. Misfit Patriot might have won in the end here.
Root to not be arrogant towards.
If I catch Misfit Patriot saying like, apparently I'm a goon, now then that's a meltdown. But we're going to crash out over that one.
Tree towards the tree, which is talking about Israel. Now, the only correction I want to make on Misfit though is when you say when this has to bless Israel.
Oh shit! Yes, please bless Israel. It says it in the book, guys. You have to do it. It says it in the book. You know the book that they wrote.
Remember, this is talking about biblical Israel, people that are obedient to God.
All right.
The current state of Israel was obedient to God in places. There's a few cities there that wouldn't even exist because they're so.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Well, I read a book that says that we should probably kill all of the Yerks. You don't see me going to the Kandrona Ray pools and stomping on slugs, do you? And that book was called Animorphs.
They become more secular, and I
which
do
means
agree
they're not
with
God people, which means they're biblically
well, it's
not God's
not they
people.
become more secular. Like if you're like a Talmudic, how do you say Talmudic Jew? Like you're
Talmudic
not
Jew.
Yeah,
You're not they rejected Christ, so they're not part of it anymore.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, sure, but do you guys know who Bib Fortuna is? Because I could tell you a lot about what's going on at Mos Eisley if you really wanted to know. And by the way, the Journal of the Wills says we must protect the people of Mos Eisley. Okay, at all costs. I don't care how many women and children were massacred of the Tusken Raiders. Okay? Anakin was the chosen one. So if every Tusken Raider child needs his bandages ripped off of his stupid fucking head, then good. I say we go over there and hold blasters to their fucking foreheads and hear them cry out as we remove them from the living force for good.
Have to accept Christ.
The Talmud is really, it's low hanging fruit. It's a
I'm not even.
It's low hanging fruit. Okay, so says the guy that never learned Vapod Form 9 of lightsaber combat.
No, I'm saying a Talmudic Jew. It's not. It's like it's.
That's what all Jews are now. That's what Jews are after Jesus. Yeah.
No, they're not. Ethiopian Jews don't believe in the Talmud.
Okay, sorry, but I'm from the present day where we believe in space Jesus, aka Darth Vader. So
they're probably talking about more Ashkenazi or like the ones that are the primary makeup Sephardic Ashkenazi.
Yeah.
But,
hey, Black Christian, what do you think about all this? I'm actually Jesus.
But John, you were jumping in this too. Just throwing.
Oh, he actually is going to that guy now.
Verse, Galatians 3:28. There's neither Jew nor Greek, right? I mean, that's sort of this. There's a lot of language and etymology that.
Back in my day, there were only two types of guy: Jew or Greek.
You go through that kind of suggests different
and
opinions.
you are neither.
And we hated all of them.
This is not something that is.
Hey, that's all Jew to me.
Niche topic that, let's just say, Bryson and Misfit, John and Sarah disagree with, to tell people who are not Christian, right?
Jews are at war against Israel for generations in the Old Testament. Israel wasn't a Jew state. Adam Price, you might be lost. I don't know if you're getting what's going on here. You're quoting history according to the Jewish book. Okay, well. What did the burning bush have to say about it?
A lot of non-Christian people who watch this show.
That's so funny too. Like, you go back to old myths and shit, and like the craziest thing they can think about is like, okay, get this. It's a bush, but it's on fire and it talks.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. It's actually, angels were wheels of eyeballs. So it's like, well, then which came first? Like human eyeballs or angel? Like, how does that work? Do they always look like human eyeballs? Be not afraid.
This is actually institutionally a heavily divisive topic between evangelicals, the Orthodox, the Catholics.
No, you don't get it. It was a flood, but it was a really big flood. Like a big flood. Oh yeah, all the animals, every single one of them on the boat. Yes, the insects. 2 of each. What did they eat? Let's go to Bryson Gray.
Like, this is not just like soteriological in terms of the end times.
Yeah, soteriological. Okay, you heard of a word before. All right, let's go to okay, this is actually pretty funny. So then, they're not buying it. They're not buying that Misfit Patriot isn't just secretly Jewish, so they JQ him.
Let me, as we're talking about that, I do want to ask you, Misfit. This is actually true. This is not, again, I'm not going to go into whatever people say about you on the internet, but I actually want to clarify.
But anyway, they call you a Jew. Is that true?
I have been very confused. A lot of people say that you are Jewish.
The depiction of the true angels is breathtaking, someone says in chat.
Oh, God.
Oh, you've seen one of the true ones.
Squid, nice.
Nigga, what the fuck are you talking about? Oh no, they got 100 wings and 490 eyeballs spinning around on fire. The true one, the real. Oh, you mean the real one? I'm sorry. I apologize. I shouldn't make light of that. You were talking about the real angels.
This is not even a pejorative. People do use it in a negative way. I'm not using that here. And some people say, like, oh, your mother or your grandma was Jewish, and then you converted to Christianity. I know that Jewish is a weird question because it's like an ethnicity.
Jewish is a weird question.
And a religion. Can you clarify that? And also,
I have an even weirder solution.
Listen to follow Levitical law, or like where you consider yourself.
It's a fake screenshot.
So here's the thing, right? People lied on the internet, and I'm not Jewish, actually.
Somebody took a comment that I made, and they photoshopped me saying something that I never said, which was my mother's Jewish. I've never said that. My mother's Irish Catholic.
I don't know. I saw that picture of her. She looks just like you. So
Italian, half Irish. So I got
okay. Yeah, we know a lot of guys that claim to be half Italian, half Irish. That's what they always say. Oh, I'm fully Yorked over here. I'm half Italian, half Irish. Definitely. I just have no good takes on food.
Catholic on my dad's side, Irish Catholic on my mother's side. You can trace my ancestry all the way back
to Israel. I mean,
to Ireland.
To Ireland
and Italy. Never had any ethnic relation to Jews. It's
fully a business relationship.
It's just a made up screenshot that your haters, and this is again tying it back into the woke right, where the woke left did similar things like this to me way back when I was going at them on TikTok back in the day. It's fake news. It's literally,
you don't have to say the woke part of left.
They just take
whatever
they
a bit redundant.
Yeah.
They flood you with it, and I think that the reason is to discredit me somehow. Like if I was Jewish, like that would make some type of like invalid, like it would invalidate my argument.
Well, it would make the whole "I want every Palestinian kid dead" argument a little different,
Right. And I think the reason they do that is because I'm a Christian, MAGA supporting conservative who's standing up for Israel, and there's a lot of people. Again, this doesn't apply to everybody who's Christian. It's woke right. There's a lot of people in that movement that don't want to see somebody like me, a Christian MAGA person, defending Israel because
everybody's talking about how his voice is trembling in chat. He's on the verge of tears here for sure, but the only reason he's able to hold them in is because he knows his mascara will run otherwise.
They want to control the narrative that MAGA doesn't support Israel. So I think that's why they did it. But no,
I think we all know that.
Boo! Did she just say boo? My kid thinks that boo is moo. So he goes moo, which I think we should start doing, especially when a fat person fucks up. Moo! Moo! It's really fun.
MAGA supports Israel.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, but there's a lot of people that call themselves MAGA. You got the Christ is King, or I call it Christ for Clicks crew, who...
We're looking at the crew. The crew's all here, buddy.
Right.
We're watching the crew. I think the only person we're missing now is Alex Stein, and Mersh is trying to get in on the action as well.
Who does not? You got the people who get into these.
Who's somebody, like, again, I was saying, I know a bunch of people who are smarter than this, and I feel like they're falling for this conflation trick, is Sven Stoffels, our friend. I don't know what he believes. I know he used to be an atheist, and I've watched him transform into maybe there is a God, sort of. They're shitting on Jesus, kind of. It's like, if Sven has never drawn Jesus getting like ass raped or something, I'm shocked by that.
He has.
He must have, right? But then I don't know.
He's doing what you just said. He's angry at the other side.
He's just angry at the other side.
Accepting God.
I fully allow it. Again, I'm not shitting on Sven here. I'm not shitting on anyone who does that. It is a trick. I only even called out Sven specifically so that people understand that I am not shitting on anyone here, okay? Because I like Sven. I watch his streams, Sven streams. If I thought he was a dumb idiot like these people, I would not watch it. Okay, we'd be covering it rather than watching it. It's an insidious trick. James Sorenstone fell for this trick as well, obviously. He now pretends that he believes in Jesus or what. I don't know what the fuck he thinks is real, flying carpets or something.
These mini cults of
He's going through a whole new world.
Nationalism, and they want there to be a divide between Israel and America, and I don't see how that's beneficial to.
Well, there is a divide between Israel and America, and it's called the Atlantic Ocean, Africa, and Europe. There's
the whole world, basically.
There's like a lot of space between. They're not related. The only way they could possibly be related is if there's, I don't know, weirdly a bunch of dual citizens hiding about or something.
There are.
I wonder if there's any here.
You know, you guys can run with the conspiracy theorists of AIPAC controls Congress, and it's like, well, the National Association of Realtors must control the wildfires then, because.
And also, you know, fuck, people aren't gonna like this one either, but I'm gonna say it. Whatever. I'm not even mad at Jewish people for being in control of everything. That's kind of on us for letting them. There's only like 12 of them, right?
It's on us.
I mean, at least 200,000 of them disappeared off the earth at one point, at least. So how is it even possible that they're up to the, like, and if enough people know about it, then we're just kind of letting them get away with it. So that's on us, man. That's like, you can't be mad about it. And by the way, everybody makes the exact same argument for white people. They go, yeah, oh, no. We didn't steal the land in all the we conquered you. And it's like, we were the best. We had the best guns and we were the best and we won the war of the land. And it's like, okay, guess who's winning now? That's on us, man. That's I'm not saying there should be a war, just to be clear. I'm not. But maybe, why not? I don't know.
Oy vey.
Like, you know, it's like with China too. It's like if China wins, they fucking tried harder. Like, well, you're just gonna let them? Then they should win. I mean, I'm not rolling over or anything. I'm just saying it's like, like who's not trying? Who's, you know, who doesn't want to be in charge the most? Guess what? Whoever it is, they're the ones that aren't going to be. But everybody thinks that they should be the guy in charge. Obviously. If you literally think you were chosen by God, you're going to try to run some shit. And then if you got a bunch of losers telling you you're right, you're going to rule those people.
They're number 1, and AIPAC is number 20 in donations. They're 199th in lobbying. I don't like PACs, by the way. I'm not defending PACs. I'm not defending the nation of Israel. They have corruption in their government.
At Grok, can I start my own bank?
You have 5% of the shit that you're talking about has a little bit of truth to it. The other 95% is made up bullshit, like my mother's Jewish. So that's the thing.
Okay, I have a question about your theology, because
how could she be Jewish when she's dead?
Or are you saying that, like, are you Catholic or are you not?
Right.
I was raised in the Catholic Church. I was confirmed. I was baptized Catholic. I went to.
This sounded a lot like it's leading to no. Like the way you're talking sounds like the end of this sentence is going a different direction.
Italy and saw Pope John Paul. I left the Catholic Church, like as a practicing Catholic that used to go to Catholic Mass.
Okay, so not.
And I noticed that they were getting into politics and scandals. You know, with the.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be in anything that's involved in politics. The Misfit Patriot.
Little kids and covering it up, and the new Pope Francis being, you know, diving into politics. I don't want basically a liberal institution to represent my faith. So I'm Catholic because I'm Catholic. If you're baptized Catholic, the Catholic Church recognizes you as Catholic for life.
Yeah, I'm a Padawan.
So, yes.
I was found by some freaky guys who came to my planet and stole me from my parents. That's why I'm Padawan. But I'm more of a gray Jedi, really. I'm neither Sith. I'm not Sith or Jedi. I walk the middle path. I'm sort of a misfit Jedi.
Okay, but you're saying like you don't adhere to Catholic doctrine though.
I still, you know, say the rosary. You can still pray to Mary. I still believe in
rosary. I say
the things.
That was my attempt at yaddle, by the way. That was not Yoda. I was doing a Misfit Patriot. He's actually the lady one joke. Yaddle.
Church itself is something I walk away from. So I guess you could closely say that I'm more Protestant, but I just follow Jesus. That's it. Bible, Jesus. I go to a non-denominational church because I feel like it's a good place to go and worship. It has nothing to do with any tribe.
It's
I
comfy.
think the Catholic Church has failed, and I don't want to support it. So I've walked away from
I guess
that.
like
So you're a non-denom.
I guess
So you
yeah,
shouldn't
like
say
you're
you're a Catholic.
Yeah, don't say you're
You
Catholic.
shouldn't
I can say whatever the I want. That's the thing. Everyone tells me don't
it's a
say.
lie,
Don't
then.
say.
You
It's
can
not
say
a lie.
you're just lying.
Yeah, you can say whatever the you want.
I mean, how can you? What are you going to do? A blood test on him? You know, that's one where the Jews got it right. They can do that. They fucking. There is a way,
but it doesn't make it true.
Exactly. I'm a non-practicing.
Let me check your midichlorian count. You fucking.
I'm a non-practicing Catholic. That's what you could call it.
It's like a Burger
No,
King
because
Christianity,
if
like
you
have it
leave-
your way. Is
If
that
you
what we're
leave
doing?
the Catholic Church,
Question.
then you're not Catholic anymore. Even if you were baptized, that's not how
What
it
is a-
works. If
what
you like
is-
say it's
what
not
is
true.
what is a non-practicing?
See, here's the again. I'm not on either side, so like I kind of agree. Like, yeah, you can just say that you are, I guess. Like, how do you prove him wrong? But then at the same time, it's like, well, they do have rules. She's right. Like if you don't go to the church, you're not one. I think that is true. And so I just get to sit here and laugh. I've actually watched this part 5 times now. I have so much fun just watching these guys do their little dance, fucking flinging their action figures at each other.
It's in Catholic.
Not a Catholic? Like, yeah.
It's
An
just a
apostate?
It's just a non-practicing Catholic. That's what they call them.
It's not a Catholic.
It's just I'm a Christian. That's
John,
it.
you're Catholic, John, right? We'll weigh in on this.
Yes, I am a Catholic.
Well, okay.
And if you're saying
Oh,
that
anyone could be a
You're-
Jedi now.
You're also wearing this is Mace Windu. You're also wearing a fucking weed Christian shirt, by the way. You see the little pot leaf on it?
Church has failed and the Catholic Church doesn't know what it's talking about, then you're not a Catholic. I mean, it's plain and
You're
simple.
Rastafarian as far as I'm concerned.
But you could have been baptized.
Just
you
say
could
you're
have
not a
been
Catholic.
confirmed
It's
in the
okay.
Catholic
Like,
Church.
So I
But
don't.
just
So
say
I don't
I'm
mind
not a
being called a
Catholic.
Jew.
How deep do you think you'd have to dig to find out that at one point Misfit Patriot was a pastafarian?
Yeah.
You know? Just on Reddit going ramen.
Rejected the Catholic Church and I walked away from the Catholic Church. Just say that. But this whole
at Grok, am I a Catholic? If I say I am,
Jewish, like,
I haven't walked away. I haven't walked away.
Catholic and
I haven't walked away from the religion though. So why would I lie?
Hey, how about this? How about every single one of you that's practicing Catholic? You're not Catholic then. You're still practicing. How about you master that shit? Okay? I like people who are experts at Catholicism. Me? I'm an expert Catholic. You know how I know? I said so. Now, you'll never find me claiming I'm practicing. Okay? I fucking nailed that shit. Day one. Day one. And here's my test. I guarantee you I could have said to any one of these dummies who had the Immaculate Conception, they would have said Jesus. I guarantee it. Every time. I do this all the time to Catholics. Yep. I said, who had the Immaculate Conception? They say Jesus. I go, okay. Sounds like you're a little out of practice in your Catholicism. Because that was Mary.
Why would I lie?
Part
and
of the
say that-
religion is going to mass.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
yes, you have.
You can argue that, which
that's
is
like,
what you can
no,
argue
that's,
that, which is
that's not.
See, I know the lore. I'm a lore master, man. Star Wars, Catholicism, other gay made up nonsense. I know, I've never even, I don't know the first thing about, I don't know, name some nerd shit, some gay fucking nerd thing.
Comic Gate lore, you're great at that.
No, I'm talking like more specific, like not internet thing, but like, like a Marvel thing, something like that. Hit me with a hard one. Okay. You guys got to know something. Come on. Somebody hit me with something.
Umbrella Academy?
Umbrella Academy. See, I don't fucking know the first thing about Umbrella Academy, but I can tell you all about the white violin. I can tell you all about Mrs. Hargreaves. I'm a lore master, okay? I've never watched Star Trek. You think I don't know the difference between a Romulan and a Vulcan? Come on. Okay? I know all of this stuff. All of the religions of the world religions. I'm not a Trekker. Not a Trekkie. They hate that.
Not me. That's just like a requirement.
Yes.
Okay, what are they? Squirrel girl, someone says. That's like the lore of Squirrel Girl. That one's cheating because I have read the Great Lakes Avengers comics. So I don't know the first fucking Adam Price says Pokemon. I don't know the first fucking thing about Pokemon. But I can name all 151 original Pokemon in Pokedex order. If you really wanted me to.
Yeah, but you see, what you're trying to do is you're saying a non-practicing Catholic, which is a lot of Catholics, which is what I am, should stop calling themselves a Catholic, even though Catholic doctrine is if you are baptized Catholic, the church, the Catholic Church, recognizes you as Catholic for life. So if they're not leaving me, I'm not.
I knew I was waiting for this. Everyone in chat is going Warhammer, Warhammer, Warhammer. Like there's so many people doing Warhammer, and somehow I knew that would be the case, and that was the one I was scared of. I don't know fucking anything about Warhammer 40K. You paint little figurines. Beyond that, I'll be honest, I don't know a single fucking. There's so many people said Warhammer. I don't know how I knew that, but I was like, please don't say Warhammer. Please don't say Warhammer. Please don't say Warhammer.
I'm not gonna call
do you think,
myself
okay, do you
something
think
that I'm
if you're
not.
like baptized Catholic and then you converted to Islam, then you're like still Catholic?
No, you'd have to convert. And yeah, and the Catholic Church would still,
but you just
the
converted
Catholic
to
Church
being
would still recognize
non-denominational. You're not Catholic.
I'm not even non-denominational. I just go to that church.
I'm not even what do you say, non-dominational?
That's not Catholic doctrine either.
Quick question though, because
I
have a question.
It's okay, but just admit you're not Catholic.
Yeah, let me ask you a question on that.
I'm not going to let you tone police what I say. That's
not tone police.
No, you're saying that I'm not in your cult, so I should
About truth police.
Wait, listen to this. Tone police is very funny, but listen to this next part. This is so funny.
It's not tone police. I was just saying that you're lying.
No, you're saying that I'm not in your cult, so I should leave. I'm not.
So you just called the Catholic Church a cult, and then you're mad that I'm saying you're not Catholic.
But I'm still a Catholic.
Yeah,
that's awesome. So he calls him a cult. That's the cult you said. He said he was born into that cult. It's part of him. Okay, well, I was born into the Elite Four.
What the fuck is that?
What do you mean? Apparently somebody doesn't want to be the best there ever was. And to beat all the rest.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's my cause. Oh, what? Are you unfamiliar with Electro, Diglett, Nidoran, and Mankey, Venusaur, Rattata, Fearow, and Pidgey, Sea King, Jolteon, Dragonite, and Ghastly, and Ponyta, Vaporeon, Poliwrath, and Butterfree?
Yes, I'm unfamiliar with those.
Oh, okay. Well,
I knew every one of those.
Well,
yeah.
Fuck! Right, my master balls. Okay. Okay. This is so stupid.
I'm not in your cult. So
thank you.
We'll be adding that to the intro. We got to get a nice clip of that. Let me run that back one more time. We'll just get that for a couch gag. Here we go. And
the Catholic Church a cult, and then you're mad that I'm saying you're not Catholic.
But I'm still a Catholic.
Yeah, no, I'm not in your cult. So
thank you. You're not in my cult.
You will be soon.
All right.
I don't think that you're a Catholic because you don't support Israel, right? You're ignoring Genesis. You're ignoring the Abrahamic covenant.
What?
You have.
Oh, listen to this. Listen to these fucking fake Catholics in chat saying you only get one master ball. Missing no much? Oh, I guess somebody's never surfed along the shores of Cinnabar Island. Yeah, man. Oh, you must be Rastafarian. Yeah, tell that to the 7th slot in my bag, okay? And this infinite number of rare candies I now have.
Nice try, chat.
I don't know if it was the 7th. It might be the 9th slot. I might have that one around.
You practice
Catholics don't believe in dispensationalism. That was
Of course they don't. Who does nowadays? Am I right, people?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a fun. All right, so he's been exposed as being a kid murder lover, right? Now they go back to talking about Shiloh Hendrix. We watched the Elijah Schaffer ROTC crossover. They were talking about Shiloh, the N-word lady. Ladies and gentlemen, the millionaire, hard R millionaire, Shiloh Hendrix. She's a millionaire, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's millionaire with an N. So anyway, they start talking about her again. Now listen to what Misfit Patriot has to say about the children. Somebody think of the children.
If there was a white guy, no, I'm sorry, a black guy who called a 5-year-old white kid a little cracker and was recorded about it, I'd be like, that guy's a freaking piece of shit, right?
Don't use cracker. Use mayo monkey. Use mayo monkey.
You know what I'm saying?
Use mayo monkey.
And then he goes, whatever. He just accidentally unproved his own point. He's saying that people would be mad if a black guy said that of a kid. A black guy then says it. No, call them mayo monkeys, which is, by the way, the M word. And I will not allow you to say that. And he's like, okay, fine, whatever. Who cares? He just instantly. It was fucking back to back. There was no time in between.
You know something that pro-blacks actually use.
You guys are hyper fixating on the word. All right. Yes, it's a bad word. I say it. It's not. Words don't.
You say it.
What the fuck?
Wow.
What?
Who would do that?
I guess I would too after I got beat up in the gravel by one.
Have meaning, right? Intent has meaning. She intended to talk that way to a child. Can we get back to focusing on the fact that it is a...
Well, I think every fucking kid should have his head obliterated. How do you know that kid isn't pro-Palestine?
Child.
And when I say kid, what I really mean is... I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I can't do that. Unlike Misfit Patriot, I don't say that word. Not about children.
Right? Children are off limits. If she said it to an adult...
Children are off limits.
Children are off limits.
Except
Can't say bad words.
Children are off limits except in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And then...
Those kids had it coming.
It's fucking gloves off, bitch. These kids gotta die. All right, everybody. There's your introduction. There's your introduction to Misfit Patriot. We had a lot of fun with that one. Join the Pizza Fund, and I don't know, pod after show. What are we thinking? A pod after? Is it too late? Might be a little too late. We started this episode too late. What are we thinking? Who's here? Who wants to do a pod after show? I'll tell you what I've got lined up. I have the funniest clip I've ever seen of Ethan Ralph. You might have already seen this one. I'm sure it's been covered, but I love it. It's Ethan Ralph fighting with a super chat for 12 minutes. He is fighting with an AI voice for 12 minutes. If you would like to see that, and you're a pizza funder, let me know in chat. PodAwful.pizza. Join the Pizza Fund. Get immediate access to our primo content, our bonus content, our after shows, and our band shows. This is a $6 level and up show. PodAwful.pizza. What are we thinking? Are we doing that? The
chat wants it.
The chat want. They say after show, pod after for sure. What a clown. After show, pod. Okay. All right then. You guys, you've made your voices heard. Thank you, henchmen, for joining me. Thank you, everybody in the chat.
Thank you
for being a part of
H2BH.
it. For making Pod Awful possible. Again, join that Pizza Fund if you want to see this full pod after show. We'll get it started in just a bit. You're probably going to want to get there now before our website crashes. Okay, we will be under heavy load very soon. Ethan Ralph in the chat, pod after show. PodAwful.pizza. Till next time, have an awful day. See ya. I forgot the poll. The end results of the poll was where are we at? Fucking with 343 votes, Misfit Patriot is female to male.
I'm a lolcow.